Okay, you guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, y'all, look at that Trisha already in the comment section. Hey, you guys, listen. I seen you all having a whole set of conversations well before the time. So I'm glad that you guys are connecting in the comment section, in the chat, and everywhere else on this platform. Hey, Jay. And yeah, it was an interesting week. I gotta give it to Young and the Restless. I mean, today's episode, oh my goodness. I absolutely enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I think Thursday's episode really was slow to me, but Friday they came back with a big comeback for a cliffhanger. What do you guys think? Yeah.
I agree. I can't wait for next week. It cannot get here soon enough.
I know. But then that means we all got to go back to work. So.
I know. Let's slow down. I
All right. So welcome you guys to Soap Corner Talk, where we're going to all recap both The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful for the week of June 10th through June 14th. And normally we recap The Young and the Restless in the first half of the show. Then we also have in the second half of the show Bold and the Beautiful. And then we have our Flip the Script segment and Who's Taking Seats, our Star of the Week, and our Pickle of the Week. And so, when we get to those segments, we'll break that down on what those mean and how we do it for any newbies in the chat. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and get this started. I'm going to do a summary for The Young and the Restless, and then we'll break down the storylines. Alrighty?
Sounds good.
Okay, so give me 1 second. Bring up my summary. Okay. Alright, so for The Young and the Restless for the week of June 10th through the 14th. Hold on 1 second. I thought I had it up. Okay, there we go. Alright, so it's Tuesday. Okay. Ashley says goodbye to Tucker before checking into a clinic, and Victor has a special task for Michael and Cole. Adam is offended by Victor and Victoria regarding the new business strategy, and Nikki feels that Victor is punishing her. Victor tells Adam he needs him at Newman Media to destroy an enemy, and Summer is impressed by Sally's work but jealous. It's date night in Genoa City on Thursday, and Tucker offers Audra Glissade, but she turns it down, telling him he's already lost it. And then Victor is Audra's anonymous investor, and Diane tells Nikki off, and Billy tried to finesse Lily. Let's start right there, because I think, was that the only time we actually seen Lily this week? Am I missing something?
I think that was it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the purple suit. That's all I can remember.
Yeah. She did have a purple suit on, didn't she? So Billy actually thought that he was going to bring some chips up in there in his finesse game and get Lily to do what he want. What did y'all think about that?
He really thought she was going to be a cheap date.
Oh, wow.
And she had no problem eating them chips either. So I'm like, she must be a little bit lonely over there. But yeah, that was funny to me.
And she just need a little snacky snack.
Well, I just like the fact that Lily wasn't buying any of the crap he was selling.
No.
And then this man, I gotta give Lily props on this, because she saw that gambling energy in his face.
Yep.
Do you think that was legit when she said that, or just him wanting to be this ambitious businessman?
Well, she used to lay up underneath him, so she, if anyone knows his actions, his moves, and she's also seen how he is in the business world, and he's always usually self-serving, and it usually has no logic. Like putting Abbott part of this company like makes no sense. So I was happy she was able to call it out. But she, of all people, knows his habits personally and professionally.
Okay.
You are so right.
Yep. I got to say one thing. Sonia Coleman, welcome. She said, I'm finally making my first live chat.
Yay!
Welcome.
Welcome, Sonia. Sit back, kick back. I don't know if you got any snacks or something to drink. We're going to be here for a while and we got a lot to talk about. So I hope you enjoy your first live with us.
I love that. I got my ribeye and my potatoes right next to me.
Did you say ribeye, girl?
Yes, I did. I cooked this ribeye right before the podcast.
I ate before this, and I had steak and potatoes too.
Well, I made salmon sliders, and they were delicious with jalapeno sauce.
Wow.
Oh.
You know, hey, you've seen the things I like to cook in the chat, so.
Yes. She definitely gets down in the kitchen for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I enjoy it trying to be creative. That was so funny. When I told my guy friend what I was cooking, he was like, "Are you sure you're not cooking for somebody else over there?" I'm like, "No."
Hey, whether we're alone or with somebody else, we want a good meal.
That's what I said. I said I like food, especially when I make it.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was so funny. All right, so back to the whole thing with Lily. So this man, meaning Billy, not only wants to put Abbott on the building, but he wants to move. Hey, Keish.
What up, y'all?
Quiche.
Hey, Keith.
He
Hi, y'all.
he.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, that is Keish on the phone. Just for those that may not know, she's one of our other co-hosts. So I'm T. We got Trish in the chat. Trish on our panel, and also Bree, and we have Keish. So, and then Jay Money is in the comment section moderating. So, for those that are newbies, that's the crew.
Oh my gosh. So many fun people are in there too.
I know.
Ron and Melissa and Amaya
And Cheryl Hines.
Cheryl
Tommy
Hines
Smith.
is here. Jenna's here. Oh my gosh, Myra.
And they talking about all the food. That's the steak, tacos, pizza, McDonald's, fried rice. Oh, that's key. She had duck fried rice. Okay, girl.
It was delicious.
I've never had duck fried rice. Interesting. Does it taste like chicken fried rice?
So it's got like a Thai flavor to it, so it doesn't taste like normal like Chinese fried rice.
Mm-hmm.
It's got like a basil kind of flavor, and I don't know what the other spices are, but man, it was delicious.
Oh, okay.
Does duck have a little bit more of a gamey taste than chicken? Is that
I don't think it tastes gamey.
okay?
It's a lot more tender though. And
Okay.
It's a lot of fat, so it can be a little oily, but it's so good.
Okay, did not know that. Cool, thanks.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to check into that. And then Cheryl says she had French fries, cheeseburger, and a beer. All the food. What'd you say?
I said that's a nice classic dinner.
Yes, it is. Okay, so we were talking about Billy and Lily Keish, and like I was saying, not only does this man want to put Abbott on the building, but he also want to have Devon kind of moved into a secondary position, which kind of pushes him out. What do you guys think about that? Because he was saying that, Devon is the problem. He's always causing contention. And Lily called him out and said, okay, but what are you doing right now?
I was so proud of Lily.
I know.
Thinking that for her brother.
I mean, Billy is he's talking out of both sides of his mouth because he left And then he came back, and now it's like, no, we're going to do this together. I'm like, dude, you had a chance to do it together, and you blew it. You walked away. You got all wrapped up with Chelsea and your podcast and forgot about the corporate. Now all of a sudden you're some big corporate mogul again. I'm just, it's like, we didn't forget about that.
And what tension has, like specifically, what tension has Devon caused with anybody else since everyone has come back to the company? It's only just been him and Billy not, really seeing eye to eye and getting along. Because he's not that much different than Devon when it comes to business. He wants to do things his way. And because Devon isn't, in my opinion, I feel like because Devon isn't just automatically conceding to him, or maybe because something wasn't Billy's idea, it's like, well, Devon is a problem. It's like, you've been here for 5 minutes. Chill out.
Right.
Exactly. This is everyone's favorite temp employee. His mama gave him the reins, and he did a whole victory lap going to every other Chancellor Winners corporation and did a whole victory lap. His mother tells him this important news, and the first thing he wants to do is like, let me make a power play instead of going to go check on his mother.
And I love how Lily said, do you not see the hypocrisy in what you're asking me to do? You want to honor your mother's legacy and the contribution she's made to Chancellor, a company she didn't start, a company that wasn't founded by her. Yes, she's been doing, I guess, a good job as the owner or whatever her title is, CEO or whatever it is that she is to that company, since he's had it. But on the other side of that, you're trying to remove Devon from his company that he's built with his father.
Well, and you want to use like one of her 7 last names. I mean, seriously, that happens to be yours.
Yeah, that's just absolutely ridiculous, the Abbott thing.
Yeah, I agree. And the interesting thing that Lily says that you're using this to prove to Jack and all of the other part of your family that you actually is doing something. Lily held her ground. I absolutely loved it. She wasn't budging, and then he turns around and throw it out there. Well, I didn't tell my mom that I told you because the timing and all of this. And she was like, what y'all need to do is have a conversation with us, and that's what she should have did. I understand she could have talked to Billy first, but eventually you need to break that to your partners. And she didn't.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead, Keish.
If I were Lily, I would have told him either, if you want me to help you, I guess, convince Devon, then you need to let me tell Devon what's going on. So either you let me tell him, or I'm going to basically oppose you in this name change that you want to do. Because how can she really effectively, if she felt like she needed to help him convince Devon to add that name to the company without that other piece of information? Because this was something that he started before he found out his mom was sick. So what would be the difference between then and now with her talking to Devon trying to get him to change his mind when she was adamantly getting him like him?
He's taking advantage of the fact that she already admits she doesn't trust her brother. He's taken full advantage of that, and she was stupid for even mentioning that to him.
Yeah.
So now he feels he can bring her some chips and try to say some sweet nothings because she's single and finesse his way. And I got a little worried when she was eating them chips. I'm like, girl, you about to get swept away by your old thing. But she did hold her ground. But she needs to watch what she says with Billy. If she can call out his mess, then she needs to definitely watch what she says before he can try to take advantage of her.
I agree with that. And the interesting thing about all of this is that Devon and Neil built that other company. And so, like Lily said, you're trying to take ownership of the entire thing. So Billy not only wants Chancellor piece, he wants the whole kit and caboodle.
And to demote Devon.
Exactly. And then he said, "Well, I'm just taking a page out of Victor Newman's playbook." Really? You ain't Victor Newman, sir.
Mm-mm.
Or
No.
got Victor Newman money. But
Exactly.
Devon does.
Uh,
Yeah. Well, he's got close, but he I don't know how much did he inherit again?
oh God, he's a billionaire. So
Oh my gosh.
Like 2 billion or something.
Wow.
yeah, I mean,
More than Billy.
Yeah. Who knows how much Billy got? See, Billy's trying to make a name for himself, and like one of you all just said, why didn't you pick one of her other names to put on that building?
Because it's not his.
Exactly. So this ain't just about Jill. You using Jill as a crutch. And you're using her condition to soften up the situation with Lily, yet Lily can't tell nobody, and you can't tell your mama that you told Lily. It's
Mm-hmm.
just all shadiness at this point.
And she's a foster. Why not honor her maiden name? The one that
Finmore.
was actually given to her.
You got
Or Finmore.
Finmore. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I wouldn't even do that because she ain't grow up with Fenmore.
Either which way, it's better not. It shouldn't be Abbott. She ain't been at Abbott in what, 40 years?
Mm-hmm.
How many more men was she married to between John Abbott and now?
A lot.
3 at least, right?
She neck and neck with Brooke.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, really? So I'm just glad that she didn't fall for it, and I can't see Devon agreeing to this. I don't care. I mean, do you actually think if he gave Lily the go ahead to say, to tell about what's going on with Jill, that Devon is still going to say yes?
I
No.
hope you wouldn't, because I wouldn't.
Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry for what you're going through, but still no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's millions of dollars to rebrand everything. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
It is. He just needs to leave everything well enough alone. And I know Devon is probably kicking himself, saying, "You know what? My initial thing was not to even merge this in the first place."
Mm-hmm.
He should be he should be kicking himself for not listening to Mamie when she told him numerous times what needed to be done, but he just had to have his little stick up his butt, full on constipation. For him to not even recognize all the things that Mamie has spelled out, Billy is doing, and it's to the point now he might as well just go ahead and say, like, look, I got the money, let's go ahead and just split the companies up. I'm not trying to work with Billy or try to work in this situation. Lily, if you want to come work over at the Winter side, there's a spot for you. I don't know what Lily's opposition is now. She don't trust her brother, she doesn't trust Billy, so, and plus she's just an employee, she has no ownership in either company. What does she want to do?
It's her idea, though. She'd have to admit she screwed up.
So Jenna said, "Why aren't we mentioning Devon? He was trying to do this to Billy, so why is this all Billy's fault?" We're referring to today's episode, especially since the fact that he's using his mom's illness as a finesse to Lily to get her on his side. And so that's what we were referring to.
I mean, there's plenty of fault to go around. It's
Mhm.
Lily's fault for asking and pushing Devon. It's Devon's fault for caving. It's Billy's fault for all the reasons we know. It's Jill's fault for not being transparent and honest. It's Nate's fault for causing issue between the family and getting kicked out. It's Mamie's fault for coming in and stirring the pot and, making it like completely untenable for a while and continuing to do that. It's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy as far as I'm concerned, where Mamie's concerned. But it's all of them. It's like, man, these people are so dysfunctional. They can't even have an actual conversation.
Mm-mm. Yep, I agree. All right. At the beginning of the week, we saw Ashley go off to Paris. Go off to the clinic. And when they were hugging, because she did get the opportunity to say goodbye to Ashley, Audra comes in and she has a conniption.
Ugh.
I know, Bree. You want to go first?
She done pissed me off. Blacklight Special needs to make up her mind as to what she wants from out of this man. because he handed her a ring she didn't want it. He handed her her wallet she didn't want it because she wants to make money on her own but use his money to do it. What does she want? And what pisses me off, why, Tucker, why do you still want her? That 90-day mattress guarantee is expired. Put that mattress back in the streets for the other community members to enjoy.
Yeah, I mean that whole thing is she and I think Keisha and I mentioned this on the last live that we had last weekend. She wants the expectations of what you get in that type of commitment, but she don't want the actual commitment that Tucker offered her. And then in today's episode, he was going to, or yesterday and today, he was going to give her the company free and clear. It would have been 100% hers. But she'd rather turn him down only to partner with Victor Newman.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. Like, how is that more beneficial than just taking the company from Tucker as he was offering it?
That's stupid. She wanted autonomy. She wanted the company to herself. But somehow getting out of bed with Tucker and getting into bed in this business bed with Victor Newman is going to be better?
Yeah. And I still don't fully understand, like, the level of anger she has towards Tucker right now. You would have thought Tucker took her out in the middle of nowhere and left her there.
Yeah.
And had made her find her way back. And it's like, this is only stemming from him, I guess, continuing to be concerned about Ashley and I guess trying to help Ashley, which I get how that can be annoying because it was like he just wouldn't let it go. He had to keep, asking questions and, I don't know, pretty much inserting himself when it should have just been Ashley's family taking care of her. But
I'm sorry.
oh, no, you're fine. But you would think that he cheated on her with Ashley, cheated on her with 5 other women, just drug her up and down the street. Like, I don't understand where this animosity she has towards him is coming from.
She's an attention 304.
Well, here's my thing is, I don't feel sorry for her one iota. When they both originally came to town, she knew what was up. She knew his intention when he flew that jet or a helicopter or whatever type of air vehicle he had and landed on Jack's property was to get back with Ashley. And she was and she was helping him do it. She originally came to town to help him, get back with his son, and then try to help him get back with Ashley. And then now all of a sudden you threw the son and Ashley in his face in today's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's not going to pick his own son. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
And with Victor, this arrangement with Victor, this is Victor's company now, right? And she's just an employee of his?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because he's buying it out. He's the investor. And if he has the majority share, he's going to own Glissade. And we all know what this is because I mentioned it in my recap. And this is my speculation, is that, because I don't want to say it's a spoiler, but I can kind of see where this is going. The thing is, Glissade is a cosmetics company. If he owns Glissade and then figure out a way to get both Diane and Kyle over there, he's trying to hit Jack not only professionally but personally.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And then have Glissade as in direct competition to Jabot because both of them are cosmetics companies.
Kyle has got to be the most disloyal.
I can't stand him.
On this show.
He's such a punk.
Y'all don't like Johnny Bravo?
Johnny Bravo.
Girl, the minute that man doesn't get his way, he jumps shit and goes to his father's opposition.
And it was his idea that his mom get the CEO job. That's what I don't understand.
Thank you.
Hostility. It's like, why? Do they think we forgot how that went down? I mean, it's almost insulting to us viewers.
Yeah, and remember, just last year, Victor told him to go back to his family because he was over at Newman Media, and then said, you know what, this maybe not is the place for you to be. Go back to your family. And that's where you went, right back to Jabot. Now you're saying I got a place for you at Newman. I mean, and then going back to the whole thing, Diane begged this boy to take that job, and he didn't do it. And now you're mad that you don't have it.
Johnny Bravo was a complete a-hole to his mother.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not sure if we're on the Diane and Jack part yet. But
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the way he treated his mother in this whole situation and is dismissing her and everything, the nerve. And keep in mind, she knew the fact that he had no problem working with Tucker and Audra to try to take down Jabot. And then she tried to help him by saying, like, look, work with your dad and take down Tucker, and I'm going to help you get that CEO position. That man has been handed that CEO position. He said, no. I want my dad to feel that I am the best suitor for that position. And then wants to try to go behind his mother's back. What the hell is his problem? I can't stand Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, like Kit Kat said in the chat, he's a spoiled brat. That man is a spoiled brat, because for him to not take the position because the offer didn't come from his father is stupid. You want the job, whether it's your mother or your father give it to you, just take the darn thing. I mean, go ahead, Keish.
No, I was just saying, yep.
I mean, it just don't make any sense to me. And then what about Cole and Michael begging? Was that Monday or Tuesday?
That was ridiculous day, is what that
I couldn't believe it. I think that was Monday. Cole and Michael were begging to get back in Victor's graces, even though they saved his butt.
And help patch up Victor's love dungeon. And just the fact, I'm more mad at Michael than I am Cole. I mean, Cole is just trying to, find his way in. Okay, that's fine.
Mm.
But Michael has witnessed to everything that Victor has done, and was, unfortunately, he put himself in the line of fire, going to prison, and having to deal with whatever comes with Victor's motives. You want to go back to that? You would think that being fired, you would think like, okay, I got all this money stacked up. Let's go to New Zealand. Let's get the next flight out to anywhere but here. Forget that phone number. Victor, I don't know you. I'll see you during the Christmas holiday. Bye. But no. And where was Lauren at to rein this man in? You would think that she would be trying to cheerlead this man on, like, hey, you fired. Great. Let me get my husband back. But no, he don't want to go back to his marriage either.
Yeah, I mean, he did have a conversation with Lauren, and Michael was like, well, I'm in too deep. I'm real deep. And she looking at him like, what did you do now? Yeah, your husband was begging the man that he got out of deep doo-doo. And I mean, yeah, that whole thing was pathetic. Then we also have the conversation about Victor's new business plan, which Victoria and Nicholas and Adam was part of that conversation. And I don't know if now I want, because I know I had this conversation in the chat early this week. I don't know if I now want Adam to be at Newman Media, because of the fact that I think he's going to be the fall guy for whatever Victor used him for, because he needs somebody to be as ruthless as he is to do something for an enemy. I kind of like, at first I was like, take it, but I'm like, oh, well, maybe not. What do y'all think about that? And then looked like Adam got a little bit of a sparkle in his eye when Victor said, I need somebody as ruthless as I am. It was like a validation thing for him.
Why do these kids want to be validated so badly by this man? And they know how he moves, and he knows that he uses his kids like chess pieces. Adam, most of all, and this is like back on the gravy chain of it, blame Adam for everything. And I don't like that for him either, but it's a fresh storyline for him, I guess.
Well,
He needs to
he is named Adam after all.
Victor Adam Newman.
I feel like I'm hoping that Adam doesn't fall for it and tells him he doesn't want to do it. But I could then see Victor using something to kind of force him in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like Victor, either way, Victor is going to have his way.
Oh, of course.
And he picked the right person to be the fall guy because he doesn't want Victoria, and he definitely doesn't want Nikki to do it. He chose the one who was always going to get the blame, no matter what he did.
Yeah.
And that would help Victor wipe his hands away clean. And this is unfortunate because he knows what Adam's dealing with Connor. And I think Adam's going to take the position to channel his anger for what he can't do for his son, even though he needs to go to Maryland and get his son from over there. But I guess this is the direction they're going in with Adam, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, obviously they needed a big, huge storyline because, I mean, we do have July sweeps coming up in the next few weeks. But, you know, when they closed up the Jordan storyline and then they closed up the DID Ashley storyline, they had to shift to something else. And it looked like this war between Victor and Jack has no clue what's about to happen. And we kind of talked about that in the chat earlier this morning because I saw the episode before it actually aired for today, and Jack and that conversation with Diane, and he was just, I don't know, at first he was like, I'm so sorry, I should never put you in that position. And then he started being snide today about it. Did y'all pick that up at that table when he was talking?
Yeah, I did. And I wanted her to say, you know, don't get snappy with me because I'll take the conversation right back to where you were disappeared for a whole 24 hours and almost went away for good. So don't even go here with me. Yes, I'm questioning everything.
What about y'all?
He was an a-hole to her. Like, how dare you...
Uh-oh. Did we lose Bree?
Did she drop off?
I don't know. Did you put yourself on mute, Bree, by mistake? Because I know she was
about to say something good.
I know. She was about to go in.
Well, I agree with Bree. He was definitely a jerk to her, and he turned this whole thing around to try to make Diane feel like she was wrong for how she feels.
Right.
When it comes to his involvement with Nikki right now, it's not healthy. Neither one of them were helping each other.
Nope, I totally.
They're wrong for making. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, finish.
I was just saying he was dead wrong for the tone that he was taking with her. Like, it was like, oh, so I guess you're not going to give me a hard time for only wanting to support Nikki and make sure that we're going to meetings and getting the support. And it's like, it's not even like that. He completely twisted the situation.
Yes, he did. And if I was Diane, and I know Jenna is saying that she get everything that she deserved because she is not a Diane fan. But, I mean, if I was Diane, I'd be looking like, well, wait a minute. You had all this remorse when we at the house, and now you didn't mean it? So you was just telling me what I wanted to hear when we were at home, but now your true colors come out because you trying to throw this back in my face because I'm feeling some kind of way about how this situation happened with Nikki. And then guess who's strolling the door? None other than Nikki.
Yeah.
What did y'all...
He was like, I'm still, she's my friend, and I'm still going to, even though I'm not her sponsor, I'm still going to be there for her and make sure she's okay. And it's like, you would think Nikki has absolutely no one. It's
right.
It's like Finn and Hope. You would think she has no family, no other friends, nobody to support her at all, and she's going to fall apart if for some reason Jack can't be there to help her.
Mm-hmm. Now, Bree, I know you was about to go in.
Yeah, and apparently Jack wanted to stop me from doing this, so it's perfectly fine. But I still didn't forget the fact that he was a complete a-hole to his wife, had the gall to say, I don't care if you or Victor have an issue with it. I want to be there for my friend. And the fact that Nikki had the nerve to say that too. That irritated me. So whatever Victor has planned for him, he deserves it, because he has no problem letting his company fall by the wayside. His wife's feelings apparently don't matter. He doesn't care about fixing relationship between his wife and his son. He's all up underneath Nikki. For whatever reason, Miss Stankface is getting this whole other married man. So if she wants him ever so badly, let him go ahead. Let them ride off to the sunset with that sinking ship about to be called Jabot, and let them run off together, since they want to be the best friends they ever had for each other. They pissed me off.
Yeah, the interesting thing too about Nikki, she coming there talking about, Diane, I just want to say I'm so sorry. You know, and then by the end of that conversation, she was snide all over again. I'm like, then take your cheap apology elsewhere, ma'am.
Yeah, she's acknowledging your.
I would even take it further, but I forget what episode it was, Monday or Tuesday, where she was sitting down with Lauren. Lauren was saying, like, look, well, I'm pretty sure Victor telling you to stay away from Jack doesn't help things. And she just had a whole stank face, like, yeah, like how dare he tell me what to do? This man keeps telling you he's not helpful. She knows Jack is not going to be helpful as a sponsor. You're trying to cause tension in your own marriage because you want to have it your way, and you don't even give a damn about Jack's own marriage. Like, you guys might as well just ride off to the sunset together. I can't wait for Victor to do his best, moving like an insecure woman, and they both get what's coming to them.
Oh,
and even Lauren said to her, like, I'm not a fan of Diane, but I totally understand where she's coming from. I understand why she is.
Yep. I mean, seriously, you talking about, and I know hey, I know both Trish and Jenna has been on the Diane is up to something for the last 2 years.
And Trish still is, but I'm with her on this.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, the whole situation with Ashley, it took Tucker to get you to know that something's going on with her. Y'all still haven't told Abby, and part of that is Abby's fault too, because not checking on her mama like Bree always says. And then the other part of Jack, he leaves in the middle of the day, in the middle of business meetings. He'll leave a date. He'll leave something that's going. He don't even realize what's happening right now between his son and his wife. I thought y'all solved that a long time ago. Dude, you the CEO of the company. You should be knowing what's going on in the C-suite.
And on top of that, he wants to go fly out to Paris after all this stuff with Ashley was resolved. Now you want to swoop in with your cape on. You can sit on the couch over at Genoa City. No one cares for you to go over to Paris for what? For what? She already in the facility.
Bree, what did I say this morning? What did I say this morning? I was already at about 7, 8 o'clock this morning telling Jack to take several seats.
Yes. Permanent seats. Right next to Jordan.
Oh, my goodness.
Where did the attitude that he had with her come from? Because in their last scene together, I don't remember him taking this type of, like, the type of tone that he had with her today.
So what happened is he was on the phone talking to Tracy, and when Diane came over to the table, she automatically got on the defensive thinking that he was talking to Nikki because of what Jack said. I'll be there anytime you need me or you want. And she got mad, and then he was like, I'm talking to Tracy. And then he just went on this whole, I guess trying to flip this thing on Diane. And I'm like, dude, she have a right to be suspicious because those same words you were saying to Nikki.
Yeah. In their house.
In the house, exactly.
Right. So that's all it was. It wasn't, I didn't miss something like a scene before this where they had.
Okay.
No, he's an a-hole. He said this to them at the house, in the park, at Crimson Lights, at Society, wherever he can have a chance to speak about Nikki and say that I am your Superman. Let me save you. Whatever.
Yeah, Jenna, yeah, y'all, this is typical Jack, which Bree called him this morning, super simp. Yep.
Truth.
I mean, I was so through with Jack today after what happened at that table, and then you get home and your son and your wife are fighting with each other, and now you want to get defensive with Kyle, and Kyle is like, "Pfft, you a day late and $1 short." So,
Basically,
mm-hmm.
about everything in the Abbott family.
And Kyle just walked off. He was, but what did y'all think about Kyle getting mad that Diane told him about the Foley deal? And I'm thinking like, you the COO, you should be reporting to the CEO, and so Jack should know what's been going on about that deal. But he got mad that Diane told him about it.
I would have fired him, personally. You want to go behind my back. I can't trust you. I'm trying to have a legitimate conversation with you. And you're wanting to be a spoiled child. Even though I tried to hand you my position several times, even when you didn't deserve it. But you want to go behind my back and then get upset when I go to my CEO about the issues that's going on within our company.
Right.
Because it's not in your favor. Johnny Bravo needs to sit down.
Well, it looked like Johnny Bravo wanted to sit down with Claire. He had to, even though she was going to work the next day, he had to bring that wallet over to the tack house.
Right. He just had to. Both Jack and Kyle love their criminals.
Oh.
Did anybody else catch that she said one of her favorite genres was murder mysteries?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
like
she was.
That's of all things. That's what they give her to like is a murder mystery.
Well, she was saying that most of those books and stories was given to her by Jordan, and it was her way of outsmarting or learning how to circumvent, as a criminal. And she tried to teach Claire that too. Jordan is something else.
Yeah, I get the story behind it. I just, if I were her, I don't know that would be something I would just openly talk about, considering I tried to murder people that he knows.
I mean, I gotta say, I like a good murder mystery myself.
Oh,
So.
I'm just saying, in her case, like,
Yeah.
Imagine her saying that to Summer.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Summer. I watch IDTV every day. I see all the stuff. I know how to get rid of different limbs.
I get my tips and tricks from there.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I almost did to your dad and your aunt and your grandparents.
Mm-hmm. That was
we
funny.
had a hog farm. They're hungry.
So, were y'all excited about the date between Cole and Victoria?
No.
So
she looked beautiful. I love the dress.
Me too. That was the highlight. But good for Shaggy. He got a date.
He didn't actually look shaggy. I thought he looked pretty good that night.
Yeah.
It's like Shaggy grown up.
2.0.
And then we had a little bit of Summer and Chance. We got to see Chance again this week.
He looks so good.
Sure did.
So
I was about to be pissed at Summer because when she sent that text to Kyle, I was like, well, she is not about to mess up her evening.
Shoot, wait a minute. Steffi messed up her mornings because she was about to get some loving too and walked out on it.
I know, I was mad about that too. Prior to this show teasing us with the love scene.
Right.
Oh my God.
As soon as she sent that text, I thought what was going to happen was Kyle was going to show up to the bar, and then she was going to leave Chance sitting up there waiting for her while she sat down there arguing with Kyle about Harrison. But it didn't happen, so.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I'm like, no, she ain't going to sit around and wait for Kyle. And you got Chance upstairs lighting candles and everything else.
because I kind of like zoned out for a little bit this week when I was watching this show, and this happened to be one of the areas where I kind of zoned out. So, did I actually hear Chance say that he wished his grandmother had done differently with the company, and that he wished he had some of the company, or something like that?
Did he say that?
Did he say something like that?
I didn't remember him saying. I thought he just said something to the effect that he didn't expect his grandmother to turn the company over to him. Like, I guess he understands why she gave it to Billy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
And he said something else, but I can't remember what the other part of that statement was.
Let me see. Hold on.
I should have rewound it and watched it over again, but I was just not fully engaged.
I keep forgetting Chance is her grandson.
I know. I forget that.
That means Billy is his uncle. Interesting.
So only thing that I see that he said, he tells her about the unspoken tension at the job. Everything is weird and the Winters family are all annoyed at Billy and it's exhausting. And she decides to distract him by saying things about Sally and how good she was doing.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see anything else about that. But I think, well, technically, Chance is, because it's Philip Chancellor that passed it to Catherine, correct? The fortune. Am I correct on that?
I believe so.
Yes.
So technically, Chance is the true Chancellor. And whoever Tucker's father is, I don't know who that is, but Devon obviously is through Catherine's lineage, which the money was passed to her, but Philip Chancellor has a direct lineage to Chance. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Okay.
Now, I don't know if Catherine and Philip started the company together, or if he started it and she married in. I don't know.
Okay, I don't remember. But anyway, Devon ended up with the inheritance, so.
Yeah.
And Chance got a job somewhere on the second floor, so. I still don't know what this man do. What does Chance do?
He's head of security over there. I mean, because I don't know what he does either. He doesn't even know what he does.
He looks good in a suit. That's what he does.
Yes. He's a great suit model.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to bring him, that's what I don't understand. I think he was really good as a cop. I liked him playing that role. And then they gave him, when Paul had left, or they wrote Paul out of the script, they gave it to Chance as the chief police. And where was he in there for like a month? And then they moved him over to Chancellor Winters to do what?
Well, but didn't he get pew-pewed?
Oh, he did. And then his mama got scared and said, you need a day job, an office job. I don't know.
Well, he got that, and we don't see him no more.
That sucks. Yeah, Jenny, he does look good in the suit.
He looks good in anything.
I'm just mad we don't see him shirtless more.
Well, they jacked us up with that shower scene. It was so fake. Not getting your hair wet. That whole thing was, yeah.
She posted about that, Allison Lanier did.
Oh, yeah. What'd she say?
It was in the dressing room or something?
Yeah, the shower was in a dressing room, and I can't remember. I think she mentioned something about they couldn't use real water.
Oh,
or
okay.
something like that. I forget exactly what it was she said, but I do remember her saying it was in somebody's dressing room.
Wow. I miss the days of actual hot romance on daytime soaps, because we had steam rooms, showers, rainstorms, bathtubs, swimming pools, and y'all just got rid of all of that. Man, y'all got to bring that back. I mean, I know we're in a different time era and everything, but okay, whatever.
The
pool used to be the hangout spot.
And remember every patriotic holiday, either the Abbotts or the Chancellors had a big old cookout by the pool.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. We've had this conversation. The COVID year gave them an excuse. Because right before the COVID year, we had a lot of different scenes and stuff. But I get it. We're now 4 years post, and I know GH is probably doing stuff, and I know other shows that I watch. And I showed y'all the clips in the chat. They're doing things, and we're definitely again 4 years post. So I don't know. I don't know why they won't go back to the hot stuff.
They've completely forgotten everything on Y&R. There's no cops. There's no doctors. There's no legitimate security. There's no love scenes. But I will say with the Ashley storyline and Jordan storyline, they've brought some interest. But we need some hotness, something spicy, something exciting. I miss the love scenes, and we get elevator music. and they all finish by the time we get to the next scene.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we get the bookends. We don't get any of the middle.
And speaking of dates, somebody put in a request for Tracy last week. Who was that?
A request for Tracy?
To find a man.
Oh, that was me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, Alan asked her out next week.
Oh, yay!
Go, girl. Get it done.
Good for Tracy. She need a man.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be, I think that's Monday's episode. And he's going to ask her out. I think that's, yeah. I'm happy for Tracy. She need a little action.
Mm-hmm.
And especially, Alan ain't a bad looking dude.
No, they'll be a cute couple.
Mm-hmm. So, we'll see how that little romance go. They tried before and then they just dropped it. Some guy was interested in her a few years back. Remember?
It was Cole.
Cole.
It was Kane.
Oh, yeah, it was Kane.
Thank you. I said the wrong name. Yes, it was Kane.
It was Kane.
I thought it was her having a crush on him.
Oh, yeah.
Was that a fantasy, like Hope's Fantasies or something?
Yeah, but he
was writing
he
a book.
flirted with her.
Oh, he did flirt with her. Yeah.
She was writing a book at the time, and I think she was kind of like fantasizing about him in addition to like what she was writing about in her book.
Oh, yeah, he was shirtless too. And she was like, outstanding. That body is outstanding. I'm like, girl.
Well, she had the right idea, huh? Thinking of Kane, like, yeah, I kind of want a sample of that.
I wouldn't mind a sample of Kane. He is a very handsome man, and that accent used to drive me crazy. I was like, ooh, he was fine. Why did they get rid of this character? I'll never understand that.
I think there was some behind the scenes stuff with him.
Oh, yeah?
I read some article about like the way the way it sounds is as if his character being cut from, or his contract, I guess, not being renewed or cut from the show. It made it seem like he wasn't expecting it, and there was maybe something that happened behind the scenes that caused him to not continue his contract with them. I'll have to find that article and send it to you guys.
Okay. Interesting. Let's see. So we did have a conversation with Summer and Sally. So it looked like that business relationship is working out, and she wanted to bring Chloe on. Okay.
I mean, if you're getting along, why would you want to add toxic to it?
I hope Chloe's old idiot butt wouldn't show up there and start that crap that she did the last time she was working with Summer. It was like, it wasn't even a full day, and Chloe was in there cutting up.
Yeah. Yeah. They threw us off with that Friday preview for this week when there was a knock at the door and Adam talking about it might be trouble on the other side. And I'm like, okay. And then come to find out it was Summer. Okay, whatever.
I love that scene though. I like watching seeing her and Sally get along.
Me
Mm-hmm.
too.
Because I really want them to give Summer a friend. She has no female friends, no
Mm-mm.
friends. It's
Mm-mm.
basically her mom and her father and Kyle, and now
And Chelsea.
and now Chance. But we rarely saw her with Chelsea. It was like when she first started working with Summer, we saw them a few times, but then it was this big hole where we maybe that was because she went on maternity leave or something. That one,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there was this long span of time where we didn't see Chelsea, and I can't remember before Chelsea left this time. I can't remember the last time that we saw them in a scene together.
Mm.
When
It's always about work.
kids,
What'd you say, Trish?
when they were talking about the kids, she was confiding in what was going on.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like their conversations were always started out work related. Like Summer, I don't know. I just want them to give her scenes where she's just spending girl time with a friend.
Well, I
And
mean, you think that's bad. Steffi ain't got no girlfriends either.
yeah, she ain't got no girlfriend. She ain't got a mama.
No, her sister's gone.
Sister dead. Just,
And she barely got a husband, too.
Bree, I'm gonna let you say that for the bold sake.
Oh, I cannot wait. Both Ted and Jack got on my nerves this week. But, yeah.
Oh man, and I'm trying to think of something else I was trying to touch on, but I forgot just that fast. Oh well, must have wasn't nothing major. Did we cover everything on Young and the Restless this week?
Then we already talked about Mariah and Claire. Mariah trying to be friends.
Oh yeah. Okay, so let me ask you this. I was going to make sure I ask y'all this because wasn't it opposite that Mariah was taken up for Summer, and then when she got in front of Claire this past couple days, she called Summer's. What was she called? What she say about Summer?
She said Summer is her own worst enemy.
Yeah, I knew it was something. What did you think? Was that a flip flop to y'all, or did I misread that or something?
It was rude.
I don't know that I would call it a flip flop. I think so in her conversation with Kyle, she was basically saying, I understand where Summer is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't feel like it was you need to stay away from Claire and you shouldn't be friends with her or anything like that. Because it was just more so her being understanding of why Summer was so protective of Harrison when it came to Claire. And then, I mean, she kind of explained it today when she was like, me and Claire have a lot in common with our upbringing. We had people that basically brainwashed us and manipulated us, and it was like she felt bad for her. She figured Claire has no friends. I'm gonna go try to relate to her and see if I can befriend her, basically. Which doesn't surprise me. I figured at some point Mariah and Claire were going to be friends because Claire and Summer aren't, or because Summer hates Claire right now.
Well, I hope Claire, and Mariah do bond because they're both criminals and they had no problem with the way they came onto the show, and they both had their great redemption tour. So I hope they become great friends. They have a lot in common.
What's going to piss me off though is because I didn't like when she said that to Claire. I thought that was unnecessary, considering Claire is her son's what do you call it?
Nanny.
Nanny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was unnecessary for her to do. So if like them being friends, cool, whatever. But if I just hope Mariah doesn't continue down this. Summer is a brat. Summer is this and that, and a terrible person. This is why we didn't get along. I feel like that part of it is unnecessary, and she shouldn't be talking about Summer to Claire specifically because of Claire's relationship to Harrison and Summer being Harrison's mom.
I can agree with that.
100%.
And it's hypocritical of that woman, given the fact that she tried to terrorize her own mother. She had no problem being Victor's employee, terrorizing her mother, and then all the stuff that she put the Newmans through, and just the gall of her to even judge Summer. Summer didn't do a smidgen of what Mariah did.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Summer never did anything to Mariah.
Exactly.
Not a thing.
Mm-mm.
Pretty sure somehow Mariah's history has just been wiped from everybody's memory. And
Exactly.
like it's never spoken of. Mariah is treated like a princess on a pedestal. Kind of the way that the reason why she couldn't stand Summer, because she felt Summer was a snowflake.
Right, that's what he used to call her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody remembers any of what Mariah did. Mariah herself doesn't remember she did any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what is snowflake even considered an insult? Do you know how beautiful snowflakes are? Individual snowflakes are absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. I'm trying. There's a couple other things. Nikki thinking that Victor was punishing her.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, but like we've been saying all week in the chat, that man is heck. Well, I'll just say he's very insecure. I mean, why would you go through all of this unless you jealous?
It's petty.
Petty, yeah. Yep.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and then the fact of the matter is, it's not like Nikki was like, I don't want to be around Jack or anything. She was an active participant in all of this.
Still is.
Yep.
My
You
thing.
know,
Mm-hmm.
Victor doesn't hold Nikki and Victoria responsible for anything.
Mm-mm.
Well, of course not.
Nope.
They'll all make excuses for what they do and punish everybody else around them.
Mm-hmm.
Sourpuss can do nothing wrong, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, she was maneuvering both of these men, both of them. She was calling the shots. I've been saying that for the last 3-4 months. She's been calling the shots with this, and every time she throw up, oh, but it'll help my sobriety, everybody back off. And when she was in that whole drunken situation, the state of mind, she would turn around and she said to Jack, I knew exactly what I was doing. I chose you because you're pushover. All that stuff that she was saying was the truth when she was drunk.
Master manipulator.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he keep blaming that if with Jack being out, which he nearly unalived himself, during that time period, Victor feels that he left her in danger. The girl was already drunk before Jack even got to the hotel room.
Right.
And she been taking sips and shots any and every chance that she get in right in public, where Nate has caught her, Audra caught her. Everyone has caught this woman except for Victor. He has no problem micromanaging the security team, but can't micromanage his wife, even though we know that her GPS tracking shows that she's underneath Jack.
Girl, he was too busy sniffing Jordan's Brussels sprouts. I mean,
Brussels sprouts, the armpit phone, the breast phone.
Exactly. He had a whole nother woman in his basement torturing her. And, I mean, and tried to keep it a secret. So, I mean, this whole thing is going to be interesting moving forward because Victor got a whole bunch of pawns on the chessboard. I mean, he got Cole, he got Michael, and his kids, and now Audra. That right there and I know we talked about that at the beginning of the show, but that just blew me away. I'm like, you get rid of Tucker only to get into a whole so-called partnership with Victor Newman? You see yourself as an equal partner in this with Victor Newman.
Should be there for about a month before he fires.
Exactly. Because he's going to be like, your services are no longer needed, thank you.
Yep.
And then she going to be crying.
And rightfully so. She deserves everything that comes with Victor Newman, since she wants to get in bed with him so badly. And Nikki better watch out, because it sounds like he might be circling around for a new wife.
Girl, wait a minute. You posted that thing in the group chat. I saw that article, how Kimberly Brown said that she wanted to be a love interest of Victor Newman. Sheila wants to be a love interest of Victor Newman.
You know what? They would be kindred spirits, in my
Oh my
opinion.
God. I mean, you know what I would like to see is Jordan and Sheila team up.
They just need to have coffee together. You know, just talk about their crimes, and they might take tips and tricks for each other. I mean, if anything, they have a lot in common too.
Oh, I gotta say this one. Darby13 said, "Why is Claire dressing like Jan Brady from the Brady Bunch?"
I know. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. I was trying to figure that out. Like, why is this reminding of me of some teenager? You're right.
He said, I don't know if that's a male or female. They got a picture of Thomas on there. Why is Claire dressing like Jan Brady on the Brady Bunch? This is a business MBA graduate. She should be dressing her own age, not like a 15-year-old.
Marsha.
And it didn't make any sense why she wants to play Parent Trap like a little girl, but wants to order champagne for her parents at the restaurant. Come on, writers.
Yeah, but remember I said that when she first came to town, they had her all dressed up in the business suit and her hair pinned up in the bun, and now she looking like a college student. Yeah, that whole thing is crazy. By the way, Katie and Johnny is coming back, and so is Faith. And I think y'all saw that on the Friday preview. So yeah, so that'll be interesting.
Nick's standalone episode is next week, right?
Say it again.
Isn't Nick having a standalone episode?
I guess, girl. I hope it better be interesting, like the whole Ashley had her standalone episode with Alan and Martin. I don't know if anything gonna be good like that coming up anytime
I
soon.
hope his is going to be like Sharon's, because that Sharon episode was really good too. It was funny, it was comedic. I feel they would do that with Nick.
So I do know from the spoilers with regards to Sharon. So she got a new storyline coming up. We haven't seen her in a while, but she's going to be her medicine because she's on medication for her mental health. There's some issues with her meds, which obviously is going to have her off kilter. So I don't know if they're going to play into that. Maybe she started doing some things, but she's going to be acting a little weird this week, and then they're going to start trying to figure out what's going on with her medication.
Yeah, somebody, Maya Baker said that Sharon was acting weird on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
What they're going to do.
Yeah, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see if she got a new storyline. I mean, we cleaned up Ashley. She's headed off to the clinic, so you know, they I guess they got to bring in another storyline, something similar. I guess I don't know.
Oh, that's right. Thank you, Amaya. She said it was Joshua Merrill's 30th anniversary.
Okay, so that's probably that standalone.
Yeah, he's been on for 30 years, and he still looks like that, man.
Yeah, I don't think he's 50 yet.
He's over 50.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Let me see.
And I'm looking at his age right now. He still looks delicious. I feel like as he gets older.
Oh, he just turned 50 this year in February.
Yeah. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks like just well put together. The older he gets, the more salt and pepper he gets. Looks so sexy on him. Mm-hmm.
Oh, one thing I like about Josh Morrow is off camera, he is so funny.
He is funny.
He is cracking jokes behind the scenes, making faces, doing all types of stuff. He is too funny. All right, are we done with Bold?
No.
I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all was like,
I think we are.
Wait a minute. Y'all was like, no. Are we done with The Young and the Restless? I think we covered everything. All right. So let's shut that down. Okay. So before we jump into Bold, how many people in the chat, Bree?
Almost 120, and it's been staying steady. Thank you, guys.
All right. Great. Make sure that you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not. Also on other social media platforms. So everything from IG, Facebook group, Threads, Medium, Rumble, and also on X and TikTok. So each one of those platforms have different things. In the Facebook group, there's a lot of discussions. On IG, there's a lot of posts from the clips with different quotes on them. TikTok has a lot of the video clips. And then, of course, X and Threads also have like the next day episodes for the Young and the Restless, the spoiler stuff out there. So each of them have different functions. So make sure you subscribe or follow all of them if you can. All right, we got to get in the bold. This is going to be an ugly week coming up, boy. Woo-wee. But we're going to talk about the first week, and well, the week of the 610 through 614. Let me pull up the summary. Hold on one second. Okay, there we go. All right, so for bold for the week of June 10th through June 14th, Steffy catches Finn and Hope together and demand answers. Steffy orders Finn to stay away from Hope, while Brooke asks if Hope has feelings for Steffy's husband. Horrified, Brooke attempts to shake Hope out of feelings for Finn, and things get territorial between Katie and Poppy. Ridge convinces Brooke to return to the bedroom line, and Hope is swooning as Finn cares for Beth. And then Bill defends his relationship with Poppy. Hope fantasizes again about Finn as Steffy begs Brooke to talk some sense into Hope. Let's do Poppy and Katie first. First of all, y'all need to lock doors on this show. All right, I'm gonna stop right there. Who wanna go first?
Katie probably got a key anyway.
Right. She knew the guard. She knew everybody. They're gonna let this woman in. She like they got no choice.
Are y'all liking the tension between the two of them? Because look like as much as Katie can throw a little snide remarks, Poppy can give it right back.
I loved it.
Funny.
Yeah. I find it funny how Poppy's able to buck up her chest with Katie. She's for I guess she's a confident woman now. She has nothing to worry about, especially financially now. And this is really kind of showing a lot of Poppy's traits that Lee was trying to highlight. And I'm glad that Katie's like questioning her and saying like, look, why did you wait all this time? And he's been asking you, and all of a sudden now you want to say that he's the father. Like, I love this because this is proving my girl Lee right, and I'm curious to see what direction they're going to go in with Poppy and Katie, because Logan women know how to get their man, so Poppy's going to really have to pull out all the stops to try to keep Bill.
Well, I mean, she did say when Katie asked her that, she said, I didn't know. I wasn't sure whether he was the father or not. So,
and y'all saw that look on Poppy's face when she said, like, why didn't you know for sure? I mean, what was the other possibility? I'm paraphrasing, but that look on Poppy's face, she really lucked out on those test results. I do not believe Bill is the father. And some way, somehow, we're going to find out either Luna's going to have a medical condition or whatever it's going to take for her to get into a medical lab, and it's going to show that she's not his daughter. Unfortunately, her mama is a 304 and won't be honest about who all the other possibilities are. She just lucked out with this lottery ticket. But that's all I can say.
Okay, what you got, Trish and Keish?
I mean, I don't think... So, Poppy may be a gold digger, but the test wasn't her test. It was Lee's test. Unless they were conspiring or she touched every test at a store that she didn't know her sister was going to go to, anything that comes back on a different test, Poppy's not responsible for that. She said she wasn't sure, and now they all think they're sure. And she's going to reap the benefits because he's a billionaire, and she's moving into a house bigger than, you could fit her apartment in the side corner of the living room. So, of course, she's going to be overwhelmed with the awe of it all. And at the same time, she still may wind up being a gold digger, but I don't think she did anything wrong with saying that Bill could have been the father, because he was obviously in a bucket of who knows how many. So he could have been, and he supposedly is. So for now, he's the mom. Ha! No, he's not. He's the dad, and she's gonna live with him, and she's gonna take full advantage. And I mean, quite frankly, if I raised someone by myself for all those years and lived in tiny apartments or kind of, I'd be excited too. Mm-hmm. And she still may be a gold digger, but we'll see.
What you got, Keish?
Bill is the one that chased her. Has Poppy at all since they've put her and Bill together? Like, was Poppy chasing him at all? Wasn't Bill the one that was asking her out on dates and all that?
Yeah, that's true. He was the initiator in all of this. Even the moving in the house, wanting to find out, because when Katie asked her, was it today's episode, about getting testing, he said no. I wanted to know. This was my idea.
Right. So, I mean, if she was a gold digger, in my opinion, from that first meeting or even maybe the second, she would have jumped on the opportunity to be with Bill. And
I think she was. Oh.
I was just gonna say, she kind of, when the first scene that they had together, she brushed him off. And whether or not she was playing a game, but she may have been, but she hasn't one time done anything to. She hasn't done any kind of scheming to get him to ask her out or manipulate him in any way. This has been mainly Bill chasing after her.
I'll give you that. But I think that she was scared of those results because she knew it could either be him, or I honestly think that Finn was a possibility. There's that look in that woman's face when every time people question the time frame when they questioned her about the time frame and when she got pregnant and why she didn't go to Bill sooner with the possibility that he could have fathered her child. I think she was scared of those results because it could be going one way or it can be going a way that could ruin her relationship in her family with Lee and Luna and everyone. I honestly think that something's going to pop out where Luna's going to need medical attention. Something's going to happen. She needs to be in a medical lab. I do not believe these finicky test results, and Lee brought the box, but they could easily say, hey, there's a recall on this box, don't trust these results, such and such and such.
Bree, you really don't want him to be the father, do you?
I don't believe he is.
I tend to, here's my thing, and I mean, because they got a shortage of material anyway. We were talking about bringing back all these folks. I think they had a loose end storyline, and they just said, screw it, make Bill the father, and let's just keep it moving. Because it was too, we talked about this, I think, last week or the week before. They wanted us and pointed in the direction of Finn, and I think they probably heard people not liking the idea, Aunt Poppy and all of this stuff, and so they I don't know if we should go down that road, because they already losing 340 of 400,000 followers or viewers every week or whatever the situation is. I don't know if they're going to revisit this at this point. You know what I mean? I mean, they could. That's if they get their show renewed after 2025. But I don't know. I mean, because it would have been a possibility if she had used her own test, because the box was open. It could have been played with, tampered with. Still, you would have to get the DNA from the actual father. She couldn't use the maternal DNA. Lee tried to make it impartial, and she brought in her own box sealed, used her own gloves, and the test came out positive. I mean, anything is possible in soaps. Like you say, it could be a recall. I don't know if they're going to revisit it. I just think they wanted to close an open-ended storyline.
I think they're going to revisit it because Katie is questioning why Poppy even waited this long. and denied him an opportunity when she should be sure that he's a definite possibility. He's been asking for months, and he even admit, like, well, she kept turning me down and saying, hey, that I wasn't the father. Katie's going to continue to question that, and I think her and Lee will eventually be getting close. I think Katie's going to kind of be the main one to find out that, hey, who that other potential father is. I'm not going to say it's Jack or Finn. I definitely feel it's either which one, because they made a very big deal for January 29th and January 30th episode this year. That the way she looked at him, the fact that they told that whole story about how her and Finn had dance parties and this, and this. Just the fact that she kept lying to her daughter and lying to Bill about the possibility and denying him of that, and then all of a sudden he is. I feel like she lucked out with these test results, and I don't know, I just don't believe it.
Okay, because I think
determined to make Finn
exactly, and the thing is, I think you're looking at it at the soap dialogue level. I'm looking at it at the writing level, that they just want to move the storyline along and decided to flip it to Bill. I don't know. That's what I'm saying, and the other thing about it, that there's a spoiler coming out this week. I don't think they're going to make this about Luna. I think they're going to create a triangle between these three. So it'll be more of a who's going to get Bill back versus finding out who's the legitimate father. Because later this coming week, Katie's going to talk about her feelings about Bill. Now, all of a sudden. I think it's Thursday, what is that, the 20th? Episode where she's going to kind of confess her feelings about how she feel about Bill. Okay, you could have did that in 2023. So I don't think they could revisit the whole paternity thing. I think this is a way to bring in a triangle between these three instead. So,
well, the Logans will get their man
as usual. as usual. Oh.
Has he ever had to fight anybody other than Brooke for
No, just Brooke. All I know of. She only been. Who else has she been with? And Carter was clear and free. She was with Ridge when they were tying. What was that little?
Little ribbon.
Right.
That right there. And she wore that for months. I'm like, girl.
Hey, Nick, Bridget.
What'd you say, Keith?
She did. You're right. She got pregnant with Nick's baby when he was married to Bridget. Sure was.
Yeah.
Poor Bridget.
Right, her mama and her aunt.
Right.
So I don't know. It's gonna be. Would y'all like to see a triangle between Katie, Poppy, and Bill?
No.
That was fast. Trish was like, no.
I enjoyed Poppy snapping back at Katie and her little attitude that she took with her. I thought it was entertaining.
Gotcha.
And I'm glad that they have her playing all nice and sweet and I don't know, Little Miss Innocent with her. Like I want her to be catty and petty, and I thought it was funny when she was like, so Bill isn't here. You can leave now.
That was funny.
That was funny.
I did think all that was funny. I just think that it's just most every time that the Logan women are involved, we already know what the outcome is going to be. That's why I said no. Because I actually really enjoy the scenes where Poppy is, well, Poppy.
Yeah. And I mean, what'd you say?
I was looking at the Amaya Baker comment. She said Ted King was filming something today that looked like the CBS set. So, could Jack be coming back?
I don't know. We'll have to see. We will have to see. That would be interesting. But if that's the case, they should have brought him back a long time ago.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe they couldn't get him for some reason.
Yeah, that's possible too. It's possible too. All right, we got to talk about what's going on in that CEO. Oh, wait a minute. Liam got to meet his sister. which he seemed to be pretty happy about having a sister so far.
I liked that.
Yeah, that was a cute little scene.
Did they mention Wyatt at all?
No.
I didn't think so.
I don't think so. Wait a minute, I thought he mentioned to Luna about the fact that eventually you'll meet your brothers Liam and Wyatt and Will. I think that was earlier in the week though.
No.
But that was the only time I heard him mention anything like that, so.
Poor Wyatt.
I know. I wish he was back. But that's the first thing I thought about last year when they started talking about this paternity thing. Y'all kicked Wyatt out to bring in a daughter. Before they start pointing to Finn for a while. What'd you say?
I'm looking at the comments. I guess Ted King is back on set.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people been saying that.
Yeah, but for who?
It's not for Lee.
Well, I mean, he got a connection with Sheila too.
Stay tuned. If he is back on set, he's supposed to be back in July. Then that further, that would make me so happy. That means Lee's gonna be vindicated. Good.
Or it means that he's gonna be helping Sheila with something.
Not good girl Sheila. With her hands wiped clean, she can do no wrong.
Well, she will be testing Deacon this week. And then by Friday, she's going to be telling somebody that she's not the one to play with.
She going to find out about Hope's feelings from.
Because she's supposed to uncover a secret this week, too. So I'm wondering if she finds out about, maybe she overhear Brooke and Hope talking.
Yeah. You know she going to find out and she's about to stir the pot.
Oh, I would be okay with that. As long as she's not hurting anybody.
Yeah.
But if she like trying to push some people together playing Cupid, I'd be okay to watch that. That'd be funny. All right.
That's stuff they should have had her doing since 2022.
Say it again.
I said that's the kind of stuff they should have had her doing in 2022 or
2022.
21, whenever it was she came back.
Yeah. That was okay. So that whole alley shooting happened in March, I think it was in March of 2022. So that was 21 when she came back, I think. All right. We got to talk about what's going on in the CEO office because Ridge wants Brooke to bring back the bedroom line. And she was like, I'm too old. And he was like, no, you're timeless.
Oh my goodness. To who? But so he wants to leave his CEO position to make more draws for Brooke. As if she needs it.
What exactly do he want her to do? Does he want her to model again or just run the line?
I think he
wants her to do all of it.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay. I mean, I could see if he put her in charge of the division, right? But I don't think she wants to do the runway, did she?
She sound like
it didn't
mention, so.
I mean, I guess obviously that line is still doing well because I mean it's making money and stuff. Lingerie does sell, so.
And she has a great body. It's just, it's been overly done for how many years?
Well, and not only that, it wasn't even Brooke's bedroom anymore because Steffy took it over and they renamed it the bedroom line.
Ooh. Good eye, Trish.
Thank you.
Maybe that's what Hope's new gig is going to be if she ain't get Hope for the Future back up and running.
What if...
It'll be Ho for the Future.
Oh.
Yeah. It'll be Ho for the present too.
And then that'll be what Thomas works on, and that's how they put them back in each other's orbit or something.
What if Brooke did, which looked like according to the Friday preview, she's not going to be doing the bedroom line. She's going to be working side by side with Steffy. Steffy is hotter than fish grease. But what'd you say?
Yeah, I saw that in her and Hope was both sitting there smirking.
I mean,
like,
mm-hmm.
why why is Steffy even there at this point? Because Ridge basically just bulldozes everything and he does what he wants.
Yeah. I don't know. We had this conversation in the chat earlier about the fact of it, the place, and I know there's a lot of Logan fans. I know there's a lot of Forrester fans, but the scale is just not balanced right now. I mean, Ridge is pretty much a Logan. So is Eric.
Yeah.
And Steffi is by herself. Thomas is gone. Her mama's gone, and her aunties and all of that. She don't even talk to Zende, who's a cousin. I mean, her brother is there, but RJ is more with his mom's side. So, who does Steffi have there? And then her husband is almost, almost a Logan too. So, you know.
Poor girl, and that's what I was saying in the chat. She need to go ahead and sell her 30-something% and start her own fashion house, because Brooke being CEO, even though I think it's the right decision, she's not going to get any leeway with her father or Eric, and she fought for that company for what it's and they keep highlighting that the Logans have brought in the success of Forest Creations. So she might as well be a success with that 30, whatever she gets from that 37%, get her money, and then start a whole fashion house and create, some competition for the Foresters or for the Logans, really.
I'd see if Bill wants to buy it back just to spite him.
You know what? Since everybody's selling, sell your 37% to Victor Newman. There you go. And he will own Forrester. Let's see how the Logans deal with Victor.
Oh, goodness.
Victor will run them over.
I know. You know what? I could see Victor actually putting Steffi in charge, because she's just as ruthless. And then we could bring Steffi and Adam together.
You want Steffi and Abbott together?
Absolutely.
I can't see that. I can't see that at all. I would rather put Steffi and Carter together, which I know, yeah, I can't believe I'm saying that to you. I would rather see them together than Steffi and Adam.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Somebody said earlier in the chat, Bree, that Nate and Tracy should be together.
That'd be good for Tracy. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it would.
She would have a whole different type of awakening.
I'm sure it would be good for him too. She's experienced.
Yeah. And
a romance writer.
Oh yeah.
Some explicit material and everything, pictures and sketches and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Go and get you some Nate.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, I did see that photo as well, Melissa Spencer. I saw Torsten and KKL about to take a flight out. So I think they're doing some stuff over in Paris for July sweeps.
It's Monaco Film Festival.
Is it Monaco? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Is she pregnant again?
I'm like, poor child. Then
I don't know.
A location shoot with Bridge and or Ridge and Brooke by herself.
So is this to promote that bedroom line over in Monaco?
I don't know if they're shooting or not. I thought it might just be a speaking panel or something like that. I don't know.
Interesting.
We'll have to check into that.
Yeah, but did y'all see Steffi's face when they were playing the video? And Carter, did you hear that remark Carter made?
Yeah.
And then Ridge was like, "Hey, wait a minute." I'm like, "Well, Carter, are you?"
You asked for it.
What'd you say?
I mean, come on, Ridge. You're literally saying, "You want to look at my wife in lingerie?" Don't say that.
Exactly.
She made her career for men to look at her. I mean, his daddy, his brothers have all had at it. So it's nothing new for anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was surprised at Carter though. I mean, they have not had them two together as of yet, right? Brooke and Carter.
No.
No. Let's please, writers, don't go down that road.
Oh God, no! Please, no.
And,
Mm-mm.
and
Mm-mm.
plus, Brooke has been wearing a lot of purity colors. You see all this white that she's been wearing, and I'm like, does she turn a new leaf? Is she going to church? Like,
Oh my
is she a new
gosh.
woman? Is that why she's turning down the bedroom line? I'm curious. I mean, I'm surprised she didn't, I don't know, lose
Mm-hmm.
her mind or turn into dust when she wore all that white.
I know, right? Yeah, so I'm curious. I mean, especially with the what we saw in the Friday preview, that it looks like instead of the bedroom line, that maybe he's gonna have her as what, the third co-CEO, or make her have his position, and Hope and Brooke is sitting up at that table like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know what the heck Ridge is trying to do. He keeps saying run the company with me and Steffi, but it's like you're stepping down. So what are you talking about?
And
exactly.
stepping down to make draws.
Well,
You
Again,
still haven't discussed it with the 37.5% owner of the company who is the only reason you have your 20%. You still haven't talked to her
yeah,
about it.
so Trish, let me ask you about that. With her having 37.5%, and Eric is the other person with that amount, shouldn't they be making the final decision?
Absolutely.
That's what I thought, but it looked like Ridge is whatever he says goes.
Unilateral
Well,
20%er. I don't
well,
understand.
doesn't Ridge only need one of the 37% holders?
Oh yeah, because
Well, if
Eric
Eric
was.
backed them, then yeah, that
Yeah.
would do it. But it's like no one else has said make her the CEO. And he still hasn't talked to Steffi, who's the only reason anybody named Forrester even has the company. It's like, what? The level of disrespect they have shown this businesswoman is just beyond.
Yeah. You know Eric is going to side with bring Brooke back.
Of course.
Yep.
I mean, in Ridge's defense, he did try to give Steffi that position by herself, and she said no.
When? When was that? Remember?
No, he
It
didn't
was,
offer it to her. She said, are you saying you want me to do this by myself?
and then she was saying that I can't do this. I have so much on my plate. I'm gonna need help. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna find somebody to help you then. But he tried to give her the reins to herself.
Well, finding someone to help should be like, I mean, I wouldn't even have a problem if it was Rick or Bridget, or because they are literally like descendants of Eric's, like the whoever
Or Thorn.
or Thorn, bring Thorn in, somebody, that is actually a Forrester. And I know a lot of people say, oh, was Stephen Forrester, blah, blah, blah. Stephanie Douglas funded the company, or at least her father did, so they definitely belong there. But man, to put that in Steffi's face, for her to have gone to all that trouble to get the company back and then have to co-run it with a Logan, that's just the ultimate slap in the face.
Or just in general, somebody that he knows they don't get along. Like, why
Right.
put someone, the second CEO, make it somebody that she has a bad history with?
And you know what, Keish? Brooke knows that herself. That was the conversation that she told Ridge when she turned it down originally. Like, it'll be a battlefield in that office.
Yeah,
Brooke
she
knows
had more
this.
common sense about this than Ridge did.
Right. And it's a shame that Brooke had to tell him, I don't think that's going to be a good idea.
Yeah.
But he wants this to, you guys, you guys will learn to get along with each other outside of the office too. If it ain't happened so far, it's not gonna happen.
Right.
No.
Because she didn't have a major part in the company lately. They still didn't get along even when she was on the outside as a family member.
Yeah.
No.
So I don't know what.
As smart of this of a businesswoman that they keep saying she is, we still haven't heard her be realistic with hope for the future. I don't disagree that giving her like another quarter to turn things around was a bad idea, but no one is telling her like this isn't just a personal choice. Like, your line is actively failing. You are losing money. This is why she wanted to make this decision. However, they're giving you another chance. So you need to take this seriously and pull your head out of your butt, and You and your designers need to get to work because you're making up now for 2 quarters.
Right.
And she has it's the way that it's like the way that she's talking about it with Hope this is just preposterous that you're even thinking about cutting the line. This is just ridiculous. Like she doesn't have the data to back up why she was wanting to make that decision.
I mean, the word rejections has
Yep.
dire meaning.
Yep.
In retail.
Yep. I mean, when you have your companies that buy your products and they're telling you, we don't want it. That's a problem.
Our customers, what you made, it's so hideous.
Exactly. So I don't understand what she making it all about. Oh, well, Steffi just don't want us to do this, and this is about a vendetta. No, ma'am, this is about your products.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still advocate for another quarter of work and be realistic about why this is being done instead of just putting it all on, Steffi hates my daughter.
She doesn't like me. I'm a Logan.
And I'm like, she has all this time to fantasize about somebody else's husband, but not fantasize about actually having her line be a success without someone trying to save it.
Right.
Great.
Thank you very much. Exactly. I mean, you better be getting your team together. We need to have a conversation. We got to make up for 2 quarters. Come up with the designs. Where's RJ? Where's Zende? Blah, 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 blah. But no, you're sitting there thinking about Finn. And that goes to the next thing we need to talk about because this girl confesses to her mama that she got feelings for Dr. Finnegan.
Which basically validates every word Steffi has said.
Yep.
And then, but did you see the gaslight though? Brooke is like, well, what do you mean? Oh no, that can't be happening. And then as soon as Steffi walk out of the office, oh, it's more complicated than you think. You know your daughter is, you've been through this last year. You had the same conversation about Thomas. So you know what it looks like now that she's doing it about Finn.
Yeah.
Yep. And I didn't expect Brooke to there and rat her daughter out at all, but it was kind of annoying to watch her look at Steffi and act like Steffi is just completely off base.
Right. I mean, she could have played it out like, okay, you know what? I'll talk to her. Boom. But she made it look like the girl didn't know what she was talking about.
Yeah. And funny because right now, Steffi or like nobody is suspicious at all about Hope having feelings for Finn. It's only Brooke that knows about this. So when Steffi is going on her rant to Brooke, she's basically ranting about her influence of the Sheila thing.
Yeah.
With Finn. She has no clue that Hope feels the way she does about Finn right now.
I think she's getting suspicions though because of the fact that she walked in on Hope holding Finn's hand after he did the whole, pushing that thing between your thumb and your finger to help get rid of a headache.
Yeah, and the massaging and all that stuff. I mean,
about the massages, they were just holding hands when she walked in.
Right, but she don't even know about that part.
Exactly. So I wonder, real quick, just going back to Sheila finding out a secret, is the secret going to be Hope finding out Hope has feelings for Finn, or finding out that Liam kissed Steffi?
That's a good question.
I think it's going to be finding out that she has feelings for Finn, because it's only Steffi and Liam that know about the kiss. So that would take Liam being in the restaurant and telling somebody about it. I think he told Wyatt. I think Wyatt is the only other person that knows.
Can I mention something? Because Liam was always talking about how dangerous Sheila is, but they keep going over to Il Giardino to eat.
Every day.
Yeah, the show needs to fix that, because that's literally the only restaurant on the show.
Right. Exactly. All right, but yeah, this girl is. We haven't gotten the disco style ball with the fan type of fantasies like we had last year.
That music video, that 80s music video.
Exactly, and yeah, and Hope's hair Annika's hair was a lot longer. This was before the haircut, so it was flowing. with the fan and everything. But now this girl look like she's having whole, I mean, that whole thing, which, okay, let's move to this part of it. So, first of all, Steph should not have left that house without getting her some loving before going to work. We could have got a love scene out of that as the viewers. But this man is like, look, I ain't got to go to work early today. How about we get some nookie? And she like, yeah, but no, I got a meeting. And I'm thinking like, girl, you the CEO.
Yeah, it can take as long as you want, or it can be as fast as you want.
Exactly.
Say
Exactly.
night though.
What you say?
She did tell him tonight.
Yeah, I don't think he getting on the night after what happened. If she find out, if she find out that that man went over there to visit Hope,
Straight over there. And proceeded to tell her to call him anytime.
He insisted.
yep,
He insisted on over there.
he sound like that's why Bree is trying to put him and Jack in the same situation, because Jack say the same thing about Nikki anytime, day or night.
Okay, so I have to ask y'all. After the whole taking care of Beth and doing all that, whenever she hugged him and you saw her thumb kind of rub up and down, and then you saw his face go from like the goofy smile of the doc helping to go questioning what's happening.
Right.
And then whenever they unhugged and he's looking at her, was that look on his face like, oh my God, you're insane. My wife was right. You're like really, truly projecting stuff onto me and this is insane? Or was he like, well, Hope, that was a nice hug and now I'm going to go home and go. I mean, what was that look? I mean, I know we'll find out soon, but I'm bewildered by the baffled look of Dr. John Finnegan.
I don't know. I don't know if he was starting to feel uncomfortable or if it was just...
I don't know, because I mean, you can tell the look of uncomfortability when he was at Deacon and Sheila's wedding. He was cringe, but he didn't give me cringe. He just gave me, oh, it's a hug. I don't know. It was hard to read.
Well, KH said Finn looked uncomfortable after that hug. I think he is finally getting a clue. I hope so.
I don't feel like he is. I feel like she would have to be blatant about how she's feeling before he catches on. Like she would have to actually say to him, or like physically make a move on him for him to realize what's happening. I don't know. I don't think that he sees it because he's just so naive about her.
Really that dense?
Yeah, I think he's really that dense.
Yeah.
I think he's doing a good deed by helping this woman out and the daughter because the baby girl was sick. And
he absolutely, clearly he does, because when Hope said to him, I hope I don't get you in trouble, and he's like, for what? You know, Beth was sick. She wouldn't have a problem with me helping Beth.
Yeah, he did say that.
He doesn't think that he's fine with what he did. He doesn't think that Steffy is going to be upset.
Mm-hmm.
And the annoying thing about this is they had that conversation, and so this time Steffy didn't outright say stay away from Hope. She said the less time you spend with her, the better. But still, they had that conversation. 5 seconds later, Hope calls. He looks at their picture.
Yep.
And then says, oh no, don't go to urgent care. I insist. I'll come over. And it's like, why? Why would you not just tell her to go to... Why did you need to go over there for him? Why did you need to be the one to go over there and help Hope and her daughter?
Yep.
Why not just have her go to urgent care? Or why not tell her to call Bridget?
Oh, yeah. Call your... That's her sister.
Right.
Yeah, call your sister. Mm-hmm.
And it's, you know, the one whose husband helped your mom birth you? That one? That's sister. So was that? Oh, sorry.
But it's like he does this little goofy stuff, and then when he tells Steffy about it, because I'm just being helpful, and Steffy cusses him out, and he wants to look stupid. And it's like, she told you she's uncomfortable with you hanging out with her. When your wife tells you she's uncomfortable with something, and especially when it's about somebody that she doesn't get along with and she hasn't gotten along with her entire adult life,
and has a history with sharing other men.
Yeah. Then he should have just said, okay, you know what, I understand.
Well, we got to back up a little bit because there was a conversation in the CEO office right after she found them holding hands. And then he turned it where let's not continue this generational curse by bringing this whole mess down to Kelly and Beth because this is all of this stuff happened with your moms and now you're doing it. Why don't we just chill out? That whole conversation. What did y'all think about that?
He lost his mind.
Uh-oh.
But Steffi was horrified though, don't you think, Bree? Did you see her face? She was like, "Oh my God, you're right."
It's not going to change anything because I have a lot of issues with Finn. The fact that he even brought that up, and I'm like, Beth or Kelly's not even your child. But the fact that he even brought that up, and your wife is telling you a simple way to try to avoid that issue, but he chooses to make himself available to Hope, further causing the tension. How are you an ER doctor with all this time on your hands to give people in-office massages and having all these talks and all this stuff for Hope to think that she can call you at any beck and hour and say like, oh, Finn, come save me, come save my child. He makes himself available, and that causes a tension between him and his wife and Hope and Steffi and Hope now. He knows this. He knows to try to say it the same way he knows interacting with Sheila's going to cause some issues and some tension. He makes himself available to the women that his wife told him specifically, stay the hell away from. He makes these choices. I just don't understand how you have a PhD and you cannot put two and two together. You see this woman has started to catch feelings for you. And then on top of that, this man is complimenting this whole woman every chance he gets. Yep. I love the name of I love the name of Hope. It's so meaningful and so sweet and so kind and everything. You love the first two letters of her name. Let's be clear.
You're so silly.
That's the thing, though, Bree, is he doesn't see that she's got feelings for him because he's so oblivious and naive to her and that history that her and Steffi had. It's like he's refusing to accept what Steffi is saying about her.
And that's why I'm glad that Steffi didn't give him no ass when she left. She's like, look, I'm going to go He deserves nothing.
But Bree, maybe if they had got it on, then he wouldn't even answer the phone when Hope called because he would have been busy.
It doesn't. This man is a whole ER doctor. He has connections with probably numerous doctors. Not to mention, Hope has money. She was relying on that one pediatrician when there was urgent care, just teledoc, telehealth. Not to mention, he diagnoses the flu probably almost every single day. He could have heard them symptoms. He could have did a video chat over the phone and prescribed that girl medicine. He did not need to drive all the way across town.
He did give her a steroid shot, though.
For that girl had the flu and a fever. That's right. Tylenol. She would have been fine.
No, the steroid shot cools down the symptoms faster.
Sure it does, but still, it wasn't necessary.
It was not necessary for him to drive all the way out there. For what? And on top of that, even Hope said, oh, I could have took her to urgent care, could have did this, and or more importantly, they could have did telehealth. The flu is a very common thing.
It would have been faster because where they live and where that beach house is in LA traffic, that's 2.5 hours.
Exactly. Exactly. He made himself available at every beck and call, just like Jack did for Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, Finn is the one that looks like the idiot. He's the one that is disrespecting his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Hope's not doing anything. She might have feelings for him, but all she's done so far is tell her mom about her feelings and just find ways to be in the same room with Finn. And these last couple of times, it wasn't her finding ways to be in the same room with him. he showed up to Forrester, and then he went to her house,
Mm.
knowing how his wife feels about them hanging out. So more of this right now is on him than it is on Hope.
Well, when he came up to Forrester, he was talking to Steffi first, wasn't he?
He was, and then he stayed in that
And he
office,
stayed
leaving
in it,
around
right?
there with Hope, giving her
Mm-hmm.
massages again.
Yeah, cause of her
And then
migraines.
yeah, and even when he wouldn't help Beth, he helped Beth, and then he hung around there drinking tea. Like, take your ass to work.
Right.
Why are you lingering around? Right. Why are you lingering around her house after you've done what you've come to do? Beth is fine. She's asleep. There's no reason for you to keep lingering around drinking tea and talking.
Exactly. That's why I'm glad Steffi didn't give him any. He don't deserve any, especially the way he's been moving in regards to Sheila too. It's not even just Hope. He just completely disregards his wife, and she defends him and his feelings and whatever he goes through to everybody, but he refuses to see his wife's point. He'll say one thing one moment and then say one thing to Hope or Sheila the next minute. He's a people pleaser.
I guess he figured at this point I'm a grown man. I do what I want to do.
He has been though. He has been doing that since they've been together.
That's why they can't say Steffi's controlling him.
I think they need to break up. Let him be free and he can do whatever he want to do.
Well, that's the whole thing, is that he told her he wouldn't, and he did it anyway.
You're talking about before she left the house?
All of
oh, you're talking about the Sheila thing. Okay.
All the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He said there's so many things he said he wouldn't do or would avoid, or that he understood that Steffi had a deeper, relationship, and there were things that, he wasn't around for. That, to me, when you know all of that and you've told your wife on several things that you wouldn't do those things, and then you did all of those things, man, you need to wake up. It's so disrespectful.
Christy Simmons, I love this. I Hope and Finn equal cardboard boxes.
No, that's a less than sign.
They are pretty much the same type of character.
Yeah, she claimed, well, remember what she was saying about Finn, that, being around him lets her know that there are really good men out there. And how she was saying how Steffi don't appreciate him and pretty much take him for granted and all of these different things. Do you think that's the case?
No, I don't, and I don't see where she is seeing that, because she is only basing that on the fact that Steffi doesn't want him to have a relationship with Sheila. That's where she's getting all that from. Outside of that, what has Steffi done to show that she doesn't appreciate her husband, or that she's trying to control him, other than asking him to stay away from the woman who tried to murder her or take her out?
Yep.
There's nothing else that Hope can base that on. That's the only thing that she can base it on. And her telling her mom that Finn isn't happy in his marriage, and that she feels like her and Finn are kindred spirits, and she feels like she knows.
Was that the word? That was what she said. Kindred spirits, right?
Kindred spirits. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She feels like they're kindred spirits because they have a lot of the same, I guess, morals, and I guess they think the same way, or whatever it is that she thinks that she has in common with Finn. Apparently, that's her kindred spirit. That he's not happy, that Steffi controls him. He doesn't have a voice in his marriage. What else did she say to her mom? Just all of this stuff that Hope thinks that she knows about Finn and knows about their marriage, and it's like, where are you getting any of this from? This is all in your mind.
And in the same breath, she had the nerve to say she's not a home wrecker.
Right.
Even though she wrecked her own home.
She did.
To get with Thomas. Got it in for 4 days straight. Well,
Yeah.
Got it in for that period of time, work shift and a half, and then was ready to have divorce papers ready for Liam the very next day. She had no problem breaking up her home. She is the expert at this point. And now she's fantasizing about breaking up somebody else's marriage.
Yeah. I
Well, she
mean,
claims that she's not going to try anything. So
Okay. I believe Brooke is a born again virgin too.
nah.
The look
I mean,
on Brooke's face at the end when she had the concerned look. Did you see at the end the little twitch on her lip, go like in the corner of her mouth, like a little light bulb went off of, huh? Why do I care about the ramifications?
So I'm guessing that she's over Thomas now.
Uh, I believe it when she actually sees him in person.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that she was talking about, like, Thomas was committed to me, but he wasn't a good man. But this is the same man you were just crying about. Like, oh my God, Steffi shipped him away, shipped my son away to Paris. I'm without my designer. I'm without everything. I'm so depressed. And then Finn has the gall to say, like, Hope's going through a lot. A lot that she put herself through, by the way.
Okay,
I guess, yeah.
I got a question for the chat because I'm seeing some back and forth in here. Put a 1 in the chat if you see Steffi as controlling, and I even saw the word bully. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Steffi is controlling, or put a 2 in the chat if you don't think she is controlling. I'm curious to see what these answers are going to come out to be. One.
I will never. When it comes, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Keish.
In this particular situation of her asking Finn to stay away from Sheila, I just fail to see how that's controlling.
Same here.
Right.
Literally put lead in both of you and many other people and so many other things. No, it's a no. Crashed your wedding. It's a no. It's a no.
And even with Hope, even if she had asked him, "Can you please stay away from Hope?" I don't even feel like that's controlling because of that established bad history that the two of them had before Finn even came into her life.
Bingo. I feel the same way.
Which he acknowledged.
Yeah. You shouldn't be befriending my opposition. You don't need to. There's no reason him and Hope need to be friends. The most that they need to be are good co-parents to their stepchildren.
Right. And on top of that, like, she's given this man the opportunity to say, like, hey, if you want to go and explore what's going on with your mom or your egg donor, then by all means and do that. But she gave him the option. He kept choosing his wife each time. And anyone who asked him, he's like, look, I'm for Steffi and the kids. How is that controlling? If she's voicing to her husband how uncomfortable it is for him to have that whatever relationship with his egg donor.
Okay, so I'm looking at the results, and it's pretty mixed. I do see a lot of 1s. Somebody put a 3 in here. She's not controlling, but her tone is sometimes overly authoritarian.
Okay, that I will give you.
Yeah,
a dictator spirit.
Look at what she's been through. Would you? I mean, imagine, like, put yourself in her stilettos. So you've literally been through all this, lost time with your mom, all the stuff that we know, that we can talk about what Sheila did to the Forrester family, the Logan family, everybody in LA, the people that didn't have those last names that she took out along the way. You can talk about what she did while she was in Genoa City and all of the havoc that she wreaked there. You line all of that stuff up and you think about the trauma that has been because of this woman. Why would you want anybody anywhere near her? And this guy marries in, and it's unfortunate that this is his birther. But it's, how can you not understand the level of and the depth of, like, horror that Steffi's feeling? If you put yourself in her shoes, she has every right to not only ask him, but to demand it. The woman left them to rot in an alley in their own puddle of blood. I mean, no.
And when he tells her, and when he says, okay, and he agrees with her, but then
Uh,
goes back on that and finds another reason why, like, oh no, she's changed this time. And then and it's like, in that one scene, I can't, was that last week or the week before? It was after she found out about the wedding. You could, like, to me, it's like you could hear the frustration and how exhausted she was with trying to plead with her husband about why she is asking him to please stay away from Sheila. Is she pleading with him to? And she keeps pleading with him. She's pleaded with him like what, 4 times now, and so it's like this cycle just keeps going in circles. She keeps having to ask him and keeps reminding him, and it's like it was almost like she was defeated. She felt defeated in that conversation because I don't think she felt like any of it was still wasn't sinking in with Finn. And it's like, what more do I have to say to you?
You know, I wanted to point something out real quick. Even Steffi brought to Brooke, like, how do you feel about Hope even wanting to be close and seeing that Sheila has changed? The fact that Brooke is so petty against Steffi and the Foresters, that she's so diehard Logan, that she is perfectly fine with Hope saying, oh, she's a forgiving person, she's optimistic, she's perfectly she's able to have this relationship with Sheila, it's perfectly fine. And then Steffi was like, would you? And she's like, no, of course not.
Right. And she was in there making excuses for Hope as well.
Yes.
She was like, well, Hope didn't say she changed, she said she may have changed. And it's like, okay, Brooke,
you don't even believe that.
Right.
I guess where I'm at with this is that they just need to split those two up. Let him do what he wants to do. He's a grown man at the end of the day. He gonna make his decisions whether she like it or not, just like she gonna do hers. She's been begging him to stay away. She ain't saying can you. She's just demanding him to stay away from either one of those people, and he can't do it. So if that's the case, let him go.
She gave him the option. He's choosing to stay. So if he wants to go, he needs to make that decision. He needs to go. Or at this point, she need to go ahead and just kick him out of her house.
Thank you.
Yeah, because he clearly is just disregarding her feelings and basically putting Hope and Sheila above his wife.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, well.
I'm sorry, but there is no married man out there who needs to be friends with a single woman who is absolutely been his wife's nemesis on more than one occasion.
And very vindictive about how his wife had shipped her brother away, even though it was of Hope's doing.
Pretty much, yep.
She wanted all this self-gratification and had no problem getting it in with him. And to the point where she was finally able to say she loves you, Thomas got tired of her. He decided to leave. And if she was so desperation to be with Thomas, she has access to a plane.
Exactly.
And could have been with that man. But no, she wants to be vindictive and petty and wants to cozy up to somebody's husband. That's why she had her chesticles out at a funeral. At a funeral.
But she takes absolutely no responsibility for her part in the fact of why Thomas left. Like, he said this was make it or break it. I realize I wish he never would have asked her to marry him. Y'all know that. I love them together as a couple, but she said no, and he said that's it.
Yeah, well, there's quite a few people that say split Steffi and Finn. They should just let Steffi and Finn part ways. So, and that's where I'm at this point. I'm tired of her yelling at this dude, and then he's doing what he wants to do. So at this point, y'all not on the same page. Figure out a co-parenting schedule, just like everybody else on these soaps, like what Summer and Kyle are trying to do, and keep it moving. I'm over that couple. We had good scenes with the two of them 2 years ago, and it hasn't been.
Well, it just pissed me off that they went through all of the almost, being removed from the earth to coming back to life to finding each other again and having the reunited couple, and now here we are already to this junk. I mean, seriously,
Well, like
you just
somebody
power
said,
couple for a minute.
like they said earlier in the chat, and they said soap opera world, these relationships are short term.
Yep.
I know. It's
And
just so
so,
annoying.
I mean, the only reason that I think Victor and Nikki are still in it is because of where they at the point in their lives. It's like, who else are you gonna swap them around with? Their time period with all of the swapping is past. I mean, they're trying to connect this whole Jack thing. I don't think they'll ever. They could. Who knows? But other than that, and then who
Hope and
else?
Liam were married for 5 years.
Who?
They let them be married. Hope and Liam.
Yeah, and then they got tired of it, and they brought Thomas in to rock her world and shut it down. So,
Hope was tired of it.
well, I'm talking about what the fans got, because I used to see it all the time about how bored people were with what they call them, Lope.
Oh.
Yeah, they've always been boring. They were boring when they were the OG though.
The OG what?
Akim Matula.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean
But
OG, not though.
yeah, that's what I thought you said. Dope.
No, I mean
Oh.
Liam and Hope have always been a boring couple to me.
Exactly, and a lot of people were saying, "Oh, they too vanilla. Oh, they boring." So they like, okay, let's just give it a rest. Let's throw Thomas in this, and it just rocked everybody's world last year.
Mm-hmm.
So after a while, they at this point, let's see, they got married in what 20? I'm talking about Steffy and Finn, 2020,
21.
21. So it's been 4 years that they've been married. So, well, wait, three. 3 years. Yeah, 3 years since they've been married. So, I mean, it's coming around that time. I mean, look at Carter. Carter's relationships last, what, 3 months?
Was it that long?
I mean, okay, him and Quinn were together for what? Like 6 months?
I didn't feel like it was that long. Was it that
I
long?
don't know, but it was always hot.
Yeah, I know. Now, they had some hot scenes.
The way that man had her on that wall.
Whoa!
Honestly.
Can we get some more of that?
Now we see Carter once a month.
Exactly. Now, I
A
know.
file folder in his hand.
Mm-hmm. And now we got the low key. Was that this week where Katie was like, the last time I was with you in a relationship? I'm like, okay, I guess that's our answer, fans, that they broke up.
That's over.
It's over. Poe Carter.
Right.
Not
Bring
again.
Lily over.
What'd you say, Bree?
I said bring Lily over so she can have a man too.
You know, honestly, I would not hate that idea.
Yeah, I think they would be
Him
cute
and Lily
together.
Both would be. We'll see them, both of them, once a month. They still wouldn't do anything for Carter.
Probably not.
What would you think about them moving Lily over to the Gates? Lily and Nate and Devon.
So what? Just so I've only seen a little bit about the Gates. Have they said like what is the main storyline going to be? Is it like hospital staff type of storyline? Is it like
I thought it was like in a gated community or something. Like families in a gated community or something.
Like dynasty or like, you know.
So the glamorous lifestyle of living in a gated community and just having a lot of money?
Oh, I guess.
Is that
I
what
don't
we're
know.
saying?
I'm assuming.
I think they're supposed to be wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
That would be fun to watch because you know the fashion and the sets and the clothes and the makeup.
And sprinkle in a little bit of the energy from Sisters. That would be great.
Oh my gosh.
I need to audition, see if I can write for the show.
Do it. Send in some samples. You never know how people get discovered.
Okay.
I would gladly do it.
I got a question for the chat. And I don't know how many of you watch Prime Time. Because I've been thinking about this. And I might have to just do it on my other channel. But does anybody, because I know there might be some Tyler Perry fans in this chat. And how many people is in the chat, Bree? Still 120, 150?
Almost 150, y'all.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's been steady.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So, out of all of you guys that are familiar with Tyler Perry shows, they have a show that come on every night, Wednesday nights, and it's in the prime time, somewhere around, depending on your time zone, 8, 9 o'clock. Are you guys, anybody in the chat, familiar with the show Sistas? Sistas. If you are, just drop a yes in there in the chat because I'm thinking about, and it only come out once a week on Wednesday. I'm thinking about doing reviews on that one. So let me know. Maybe some of you might know about it, maybe not. But just drop a yes if you do. All right, we got to go back to bold. Yeah, somebody got to go get Hope. Go talk to.
Steffi, oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, when Steffi said that when hope is lost, did she say she was dangerous? Or no, what did she say?
Right. She said she was reckless.
Reckless. Okay.
Reckless. Yes, she's right. Because remember the whole pills thing?
Oh, right. I almost forgot about
Somebody
that.
in the comments a few minutes ago said, I want to see Hope spiral. And I'm right there with you, too. And again, though, Keish, I agree with you, or was it Bree, who said earlier this week, we don't just want her to get a pass on anything. But at the same time, I would really love to see her just absolutely spiral. And I want a firm pass at Finn from her, and I want him to firmly put her in her place. That I would love to see.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was going to say, what man has resisted a Logan woman?
I mean, not often, right?
Yeah.
I almost wonder if they're even going to have her admit anything to anybody else or make a pass at Finn at all. And if it's just going to be isolated to Brooke knowing. And Sheila finding out, but Hope not attempting anything, and Sheila manipulating a situation or something to make Steffi think something is happening. Because I feel like they're not going to, I don't think they're going to allow Hope to go there.
To be tarnished any further?
Yeah, so like we know what's going on as an audience because of our conversation with Brooke, but I feel like they're not going to allow her to actually attempt anything because they don't want to give her that label.
Well, she's been tarnished since birth.
Yeah, but on the show,
right?
But on the show, she hasn't been. Is what I'm saying. Like to us, to the viewers, there's people who call Hope out on her BS and some of the stuff she's able to get away with. But on the show, she's always given some type of out for her actions, and she's never made the bad guy.
I will say that argument that she had with Liam when he told her that he caught her with Thomas, he at least tried to hold her accountable and didn't put it completely on Thomas. I will give him credit for that. But everyone else around her did tell her, like, look, you're using Thomas, you're doing such and such. So they did hold her accountable when she was getting involved with Thomas. But in general, Hope is always held on the pedestal like her mother.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, people, they had sympathy for her when that happened with Thomas. And Liam, rightfully so, basically cussed her out. But I didn't feel like that situation was the same as let's say, when Steffi slept with Liam or when she slept with Bill. And they let Brooke, they let Hope, and I feel like anybody else basically dragged Steffi up and down the highway over what she did.
Oh, yeah,
her parents, I feel like, and I feel like her parents, of course, kind of tried to, I don't want to say have her back, but like they thought Bill took advantage of her, and she said like, no, knew what I was doing. It wasn't him. It wasn't like that. But yeah, I don't feel like when that happened with Thomas that Hope got that same kind of treatment on screen.
Aditha Lee, you said Brooke on a pedestal? Question mark. Since when? When was she not on a pedestal?
Exactly.
The Forrester men still put this. Rich put a whole PowerPoint presentation. He said he doesn't want to be CEO no more, so he can make
Seriously.
room for her.
Oh my God. Seriously.
That is funny.
Every second since the very first episode of Adita Lee, she's been on a pedestal ever since we saw her in the first scene when she was catering for her mom.
Yeah.
All she's done is been on a pedestal, even after she slept with the Father, the Sons, and the Holy Spirit, like everything.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're not bringing in the Trinity, are you?
No, the Father, the Sons, and the whole gosh darn cast.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. Even Carter was his turn.
Oh, yeah, I know. Carter was like, I'm like, dang,
He
Carter.
was salivating. Did you see the twinkle in his eye?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Well, remember how he was when they were in Monaco a couple of years ago, or
Yes.
not Monaco, Rome last year.
Yeah, through the keyhole incident. Yeah.
Yeah, and Carter was all up their butts about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you want to run down a rundown road, really?
Right. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting next week. I'm curious to see how far this is gonna go. Whether Hope is gonna make a move on Fan, and if she does, what is his response gonna be? Is he gonna be like, no, 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 you can't do this. I'm married. So, I should have listened. I should have listened to Steffy, or will he give in?
I don't see him giving in because he's, to me, in my opinion, I don't know if I have blinders on or what, but I haven't seen anything that indicates Finn is interested in her at all.
He's just dopey.
Yeah.
He's just nice.
Gosh, really?
And plus, he had a lot of reason to try to step out on Steffy, especially when she put him to that paternity issue. But he stayed around. He will say that he's for Steffy. He will say that.
Mm-hmm.
Will his actions show that? No. But as far as the cheating part, no, I can't see that.
You're like, nah. All right. Did we cover everything for Bold?
I think so.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so I want to go back and address that. Look like quite a few people watch Sisters in here.
Yes, I was about to say that a lot.
And look, Christine Simmons was like, yes.
I'm gonna have to look that series up and start watching it.
So, Trish, did you see the clip I dropped in there yesterday?
Yes.
Okay, so you know why I'm thinking about it. Yeah. So, what I'll do is, instead of asking here, because I want to put it out to the entire subscriber group, and I'll post it on Instagram as a poll. If you are interested in me, and that wouldn't be too much because it only come out once a week. It's not like the regular soaps where it's every single day, Monday through Friday. It only come out on Wednesday. Would you guys that do watch the show, I'll ask just to get a gauge. Would you like a recap of that? Keep it fun, and I don't know if either one of you ladies want to talk about it or whatever. It's up to you guys. Let me know.
I'm all for that, especially the scenes that you keep sending out. I gotta watch something with a new perspective and a fresh perspective. So I'd be happy to throw some 2 cents in, especially with the fact that these girls are getting bent over backwards. These women are desperately trying to get pregnant. This is something to see if you haven't seen the show.
Christine said, "Do it, do it." So, just to kind of give you a premise for those that don't know, because I know that, daytime soaps and the prime time are 2 different worlds. And then we'll quickly move on to our final 4 segments. But with this particular show, it comes on BT. It comes on Wednesday nights. And you have 4 women that's trying to navigate relationships, their careers, situations with kids. There's a woman that is pregnant with 2 baby fathers right now. So she has fraternal twins, but one of them belongs to one man and the other twin belongs to another man.
Well, that was a fast pass.
That was that guiding light. I remember that happening on years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we got that going on. There's one woman who she's dating a guy that he doesn't want kids, but she wants them badly. And because she's 35, she's actually trying to go through IVF. But at the same time, he feel like that she's going to trap him into a
You gotta talk that
pregnancy.
stuff early.
Yeah. We got the other girl who's an attorney, and I mean, I guess maybe you can call her a 304, but yeah.
Oh,
And then you got the two high power attorneys, her ex, who is wreaking havoc around Atlanta, and then her colleague, who is being friends with her ex, but her ex is sleeping with his girlfriend or his fiance, actually. So it's a lot going on, and because it's in the prime time, you get to see some very, very spicy scenes.
yeah. The daytime shows can at least take a small ounce of what they do because it's hot and it's very fiery. Whenever she posts the scenes in the group chat, I'm just like,
And these are grown folks, so just to give you a little bit of a clue of what Bree is talking about, there was one scene that I posted where after she slept with her, old girl's ex, she got with her fiance and she went down on him. Okay. And then the other one, they actually showed the scene where the girl that's trying to get pregnant, he lost the condom somehow, so he's freaking out that. Yeah. So for those that watch the show, y'all know what I'm talking about. So. But yeah, some fun stuff, and it's once a week. That's probably all we can handle because it's pretty wild over there. So,
Gail Lewis asked a very important question
what's up?
because we use this term a lot. She said, "What is a 304? Could you explain this?"
Okay.
I'll be happy to do so. I'm gonna give visual aids. So when you think of Audra, you think of 304. When you think of Brooke, you think 304. You think of a very run-down road that's been utilized back and forth by many different men. That is a 304 because we try not to say the real version. But she's a garden tool, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell the calculator part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
makes it
calculator
easy.
part.
Yeah. So if you type 304 into your calculator and turn it upside down, you'll get your answer.
But the visual aid, if you look at Brooke primarily, she's put in a lot of years of work. That is the poster child for 304.
Yep. Okay. There. Hopefully that answer your question. All right. We're gonna go to our final segments, and Keish, let me know if you're interested too. And Trish, I don't know if you watched the show or not. If you
I
want to.
haven't yet. I gotta look at my schedule. Man, I'm
Well,
doing some things on the side where I gotta figure out how in the world I'm gonna fit another program into my
oh,
day.
no pressure. I was just putting it out there. And even Jay, if you're in the chat, which I think he is, I don't know if he watch it. I know he probably have a lot to say. But Bree, yeah. So Bree, definitely, you seem like you're interested. So we'll talk more on that. And Keish, let me know if you want to do something with that too. All right. So our flip the script segment is that if there's a particular scene or storyline that you could change, this is where we flip the script. All right. So for Young and the Restless, what's your flip?
Oh, when Diane was sitting across from both Nikki and Jack, whenever they had like a little smart remark about saying they want to be best friends forever, she should have
Mm-hmm.
threw a drink in both of their faces.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What you got, Keish?
Mine would have been us being able to witness a shoeman's love scene.
A who?
Summer and Chance.
Oh, okay. Got you. Oh, yeah. They should have gave us that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else you got?
I think when Jack found out about what Kyle did with the business deal, where he went behind Diane's back when he really had no business doing that,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly just wish they would have just fired him right there.
Yeah.
That would have caused so many open doors for drama.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. And my flip would have been Diane telling Nikki to take her fake apology elsewhere. Yeah, because, I mean, you put that apology on the table and then turn snide at the end of the conversation. You knew that woman had every right to be mad at you.
Yep.
So, all right, what's the flip for bold?
Honestly, the only one I can think of is when Steffi was telling Brooke, hey, your daughter is trying to come after my man. I was hoping Brooke would say, like, yeah, she told me, I agree, we need to stop this.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Keish?
Mine would have been getting a Sinla scene instead of Steffi leaving for work.
Yeah, I agree.
I fully support that.
He deserves no ass. But okay.
Oh, Lord.
Mine would be whenever Ridge was going on and on about Brooke's bedroom line, if I wish Steffi would have said, so who's going to model it?
Oh, wow.
And I'm not saying that KKL isn't absolutely stunning and beautiful and should model whatever she wants. I just think it would have been funny.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what else I think as my flip would have been funny is Poppy showing Katie the door. Bill's not here. So go outside, call him, track him down, but I'm unpacking. I need, I'll talk to you later.
Go wait in your car.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man.
Can you imagine? I just want Katie's jaw to be on the floor, left and right, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's going to be so funny to watch.
Well, the thing is that, I mean, they were in there smooching and kissing, and Katie walked right into it.
I mean, would you not, like, step back and shut the door real quietly?
Thank
and then,
you.
Like, ring the doorbell or knock or...
Y'all know how entitled the Logans are.
I mean, they could have been doing what Sheila and Bill did last year, having sex in front of that fireplace. Katie would have still stood in front of them.
Oh, hey, are you busy? Am I interrupting? Oh, hey.
I mean, didn't Brooke do the same thing when she walked in on Thote?
Yeah, she sure did. They were butt naked in the bed under the sheets, and she was standing in there, and they were trying to get dressed, and she was still standing in there.
The smell, it was still in the room, too.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. All right, who's taking seats? And our Take the Seat, Who's Taking the Seat segment is those that you feel was doing too much, or, they just got on your nerves this week. Go sit down somewhere. Who y'all got taking seats this week on Young?
Should we do it in a 3, 2, 1?
Audra.
Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't who I had.
That wasn't who I had either. That's a good one.
Oh.
I had Super Simp and Johnny Bravo.
I had Jack and Kyle.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly who I had.
Well, I gotta give it also to Cole and Michael. I mean, why y'all begging this man?
Yeah.
And Nikki.
Mm-hmm. There's a whole bunch of people taking Victoria too for messing with Adam.
What she did?
Who? It's a Victoria talking crazy to Adam this week.
Yeah, sourpuss.
Mm-hmm.
How look at it.
All right, who's taking seats on Bold? And I know Hope wants to take a seat on Finn's doorknob.
I think Ridge needs to take a seat with his whole, I want Brooke to be co-CEO, because he hasn't talked about it to the right person yet.
Mm.
I'm going to give Brooke a seat for when her and Steffi had that conversation today.
Mm-hmm.
And she was telling her that she wanted Finn to stay away from Hope, or her daughter to stay away from her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And she had the nerve to say, you're not gonna let us talk to Finn anymore, or from being friendly with Finn, or whatever it was that she said to her, and that as if Steffy was out of line. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
can't believe that you're not gonna let Hope and Finn be friends. Uh, you should be encouraging it because you know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you have a piece.
I have two. Poppy's audacity, for one, thinking that she's running stuff within 24 hours, and Finn for the fact that he ran across town to go take care of that child is not his, and he has the ability to write a script and send it to the location so she can have that medication.
Mm.
No excuse.
I think Katie need to take a seat in her car, like Keith said earlier. It's like, I mean, I could see if Bill was there. Like I said, what you gonna stand around and watch this girl do what? I mean, come on. You looking for Bill? Bill ain't there. Will ain't there. Will is in boarding school. So go sit down in your car and wait for him. All right. Who is our star of the week on Young and the Restless? I'm gonna give. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. You
I,
can go ahead.
I'm gonna give it to Diane. I like the way she checked Nikki.
I'm giving it to Lily because I like how she
Oh
stood her ground.
yeah, that's a good one too.
I like both of those.
I was actually gonna give it to Adam in the very beginning when he had the interaction with Summer. Just I felt for him as a parent.
Oh, okay. And then Bold.
Star of the week.
That PowerPoint presentation.
Dang it, Bree, I was gonna give that one the pickle.
I mean, he put a lot of effort into those stock photos, so good for him for using Canva.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna give it to Poppy because I like the way that she kind of tried to check Katie. I thought that was funny.
I did too. I like that one.
I guess I give mine to Beth. I mean, she was the only genuine person on the show this week because the girl was sick.
She was cute.
She was cute.
Yes, she is.
Mm-hmm. And then somebody said they're gonna get a pickle to the PowerPoint presentation. I think that was Trish.
Yes, that was me.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we can work backwards then, since we got to talk about bowl. Who else got the pickle of the week? Finn.
Hope. For ever thinking that she is not a homewrecker, but fantasizing about wrecking somebody's home.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good.
I'm gonna give mine to Finn for almost immediately disregarding his wife and running over to Hope's house for a freaking fever.
Yep. All right, and then your pickle on Young.
Billy for again using his mom.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm gonna give it to Kyle. One, for the way he treated his mother, and secondly, that hair.
Nope. You keep calling that man Johnny Bravo.
Look, the way it keeps getting quaffed over to the side, it feels like that bang keeps getting bigger. He Johnny Bravo.
Oh my goodness.
Thinks and talks like him too.
I'm gonna give that pickle to Audra because you had a whole company in your hand, clear and free, and you decide to think you're gonna have an equal partnership with Victor Newman. You stupid. You're gonna be eating that pickle in a minute.
She is, because you know that's not going to be an equal partnership. Never was, never will.
I don't even know. Go ahead, I'm sorry. I was going to... Go ahead, girl.
I was going to say, handing her a pickle is part of the problem.
Oh, my God. I just... What was your logic in that? I mean... Everybody know how ruthless Victor Newman is. You worked for Newman Media before. And you actually... Right, and you think his kids can't even be on equal footing as him. You think you're going to be on equal footing as him? Right. Yeah. I don't think so, ma'am. All right. Anything else? No?
I don't think so.
This was a good week.
It was. Yeah, and I think I talked about some of the spoilers. Tracy get asked on a date. Tucker looked like he having a heart attack, but Audra accuses him of faking it. Um, what else is going on this week? Hold on. I want to double check. Um, let's see. Okay. I think that's what I. Not yet. Not in the week of the 17th.
Come on.
So we got Katie's confession about her emotions to Bill. She opens up on Wednesday. There's a secret that Sheila finds out on Monday. And then Sheila's warning on Friday. And then that conversation between Lee and Poppy. And then there's going to be another face off between Katie and Poppy on Thursday.
I'm hoping that maybe they know how bad we want Thomas back, and they're just keeping that spoiler from us. He's just going to pop up on screen next week.
Yeah.
Least expected.
I don't even see a storyline.
Yeah, I know. Sure.
There is nothing that even could wrap around him showing up, because I'm looking at Finn delivers some difficult news on Monday too.
With that, he's an a-hole?
That he showed up, that he went and helped. Is he going to tell his wife that he ran right over to Hope's house when he just, talked about it with her, that she didn't really want to go in there? I mean, what's the emergency?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we'll find out. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else on. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And then I'm gonna let you guys go. Oh yeah, and I did talk about Sharon and her situation with her medication this week, and all of the kids will be back for the summer. So, yep.
Fun stuff.
All right, you guys, stay tuned for the full spoilers. The spoilers for The Young and the Restless. For The Bold and the Beautiful for the week of the 17th to the 21st is already up on the blog. So, and also the blog post for Monday, the 17th episode of The Young and the Restless is already up as well. So if you want to go over there to check that out, if you have Instagram, jump in the link. Jump in the bio, go to the bio, jump in that link, and then you'll see the blog link in that link tree, and then you'll click that and it'll take you over to both blog posts. All right. If we don't have anything else, that is it. And we will see you guys soon. And make sure on the way out you hit that like button and make sure you subscribe. And until then, see you guys later. Bye.
Bye. Have a good weekend, guys.